There's that one, and then there's Olympus Has Fallen, which is Morgan Freeman's the president, and it's the exact same plot.
I think I have seen that one though.
Yeah.
I think I own that one. Which is, I think it was like a Black Friday, like $4, you know?
That's still too much for that movie.
But like 2012, maybe, when it was $4.
Sure. Because it's not a...
I think that was a pretty good movie, I'm pretty sure.
It's a fine movie.
I mean, Morgan Freeman president. That's a freaking dream, right?
2013.
Damn, so it was probably 2015 when I bought it. It'd be crazy if it was $4 before it even came out.
Oh, Gerard Butler's the guy in that. There's literally a photo of that right next to a White House town.
So it's the same movie.
Basically. And like
It's the same title.
Olympus Has Fallen in White House town. Yeah. And like still a black president and like a cool white dude saving him.
You know, they're easy movies to make.
I guess.
Because the plot doesn't matter.
No, because you just got good act. Like Morgan Freeman did that. That's so weird.
That is crazy. Gerard Butler. He's a big guy.
Yeah, but Gerard Butler does weird stuff.
That's true. He's like a strong man.
But like he kind of lost fame because I think he went on like an alcohol like spree where he like fought a lot of people and that kind of shit. He did something weird.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
It looks like he does do that.
Yeah. No, he's one of the least Hollywood looking celebrities.
Yeah, because he's definitely up. Because he was in that movie with Jennifer Aniston, right? The Bounty Hunter, or you know what I'm talking about? There's a movie with him in it.
Wait.
It's like a rom-com.
Yeah, you didn't name a big movie of his though. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's called like The Bounty or something stupid like that. He was also like in Gladiator and Les Mis. Like he's done.
Well, I haven't seen.
He's
Les
done
Mis.
good movies.
I'm just saying, like Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I remember.
She's
like,
one of the friends.
And like he was also in like another dumb movie. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called now.
I don't know either.
I remember.
I don't know much about him.
No, me neither.
I just knew that his family, you know, was blessed growing up because they had lots of butlers.
Wouldn't he be a butler?
Damn it. Yep. Well, good for him then, because breaking out of the mold. He broke out of the mold. Took me a little bit to get there. But we're here.
Glad you didn't make that joke about Morgan Freeman.
Let's hit the music.
Season's greetings, everybody.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Merry holidays.
Christmas. Welcome to the very moist Christmas
A very
special.
moist Christmas special. Our first one. Wow, we're decorated. We got the freaking tree up.
Yeah, we did Secret Santa this year.
Yeah, I wonder who I drew.
Yeah, there's only two of us, so it's hard because, I mean, we don't pay Hank, so he's not allowed. And I'm not going to fucking buy her anything.
And I don't trust her buying me anything.
That's true. Fuck you, Elysia.
Yeah, nobody wants any of that bullshit. But like, it's weird. It's Christmas season.
Yes.
It does not feel Christmas at all.
Well, because also where we are, it only snowed for like 2 days,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
melted.
gone. It's been gone for weeks too.
I mean, I have been listening to Christmas music, and I've been watching Christmas movies, kind of.
I'll throw them on in the background while I'm doing
They're
Christmas
good
stuff.
background movies.
Because you know them so well, so you can tune in when you want. All right, so what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Home Alone,
Okay.
hands down.
So I've only been watching that the past few years. The first
Oh, you
time,
didn't watch it growing up?
Nope. The first time I watched that one and the second one
Home Alone.
was when I lived alone, and I kind of started this thing where Christmas Eve, I would lock all the cats into like the same room as me, which I guess in my apartment wasn't a thing because we did it in the house too, where we locked up the upstairs so they had to be around us.
Okay.
So like,
Just because you wanted to bring the family together.
yes, I like Christmas Eve way better than Christmas.
Why?
More
Just
as
because of the.
I think because of it as an adult now too, where like Christmas morning was magical as a child.
Oh yeah, of course, because you wake up and you.
Yeah. But so for me, I like Christmas Eve a lot where it's just you stay up kind of late because it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, because it's like tomorrow we got the whole day off.
Yep. And so it's just Christmas movies. I'll bring the bed into the
You're
living
wearing
room.
freaking festive pajamas if you have them.
Because also one of my favorite traditions growing up is that my family stopped doing Christmas dinner. Where like some people like it'll be like a
we have a
ham.
Christmas dinner.
Is
and
it a
like,
ham?
Usually after we do, we'll talk about this later, but we always do breakfast, presents, then my mom will start cooking while we're playing with our presents.
Because we would do presents breakfast, but breakfast was always just cinnamon rolls.
Oh, we always had a massive fucking breakfast, and it was always like, I'm not hungry.
Right, yeah.
So let's fucking open presents.
So here would be like, you'd open presents and then like, all right, eat like a cinnamon roll. And it was like, great, because it's like easy.
And you're eating and playing with your Legos or your Xbox 360 or N64.
I did get an Xbox 360 for Christmas.
So did I, and it was a shared gift.
Mine got the red ring of death the next day. And my dad took
December 26th?
Yep. And my dad took it in to like be like, hey, this is fucked.
Doesn't work.
And they were like, well, you purchased it a month ago. So technically like the warrant. And he was just like,
oh my God.
We're not doing that. I've seen him like strong arm like people because he's like not scary, but he
can be.
He has that switch in him.
Well, he's a fucking FBI agent.
And
dude.
then I got a new Xbox 360.
Well, they were notorious for doing that, but I didn't know it happened that quick. Holy shit.
It's not supposed to, because for that Christmas, I got that, I think a Batman game, and then
Did you get Arkham Asylum? That was
probably?
on 360.
Yeah, and then I got Mortal Kombat versus DCU.
Oh, that's a fun game.
I loved it.
Even though I suck at fighting games,
Me
it's
too.
just fun. Just the characters select.
And the story's great.
Oh, there's a cool story?
Mm-hmm. All the Injustice games and all the Mortal Kombat games have great fucking story. Well, maybe not all the Mortal Kombat games, but still, because like,
Cool. The older Mortal Kombat games, it was you just climb the tower basically.
was there not a story mode in
No.
like the 64 versions?
I don't know if it.
I think Armageddon had a story.
They might have, but like the old school, like on Super Nintendo or like in the arcades.
I always
it's
forget
literally,
it. I always forget that Super Nintendo is equivalent to arcade games because I think of like box arcades where like it's only the tower. I always forget that you can also play those on
so that's what was cool about like
consoles.
16-bit generation was Sega Genesis
Yeah.
and SNES because they were arcade like perfect.
Yeah, that like
I mean, NES was still had arcade games, but like you could tell it was like this is not the arcade game because they
Gotcha.
couldn't handle it. But then 16-bit
okay.
era, you're like, this might be better than
It's a slight improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like we have Punisher on the Super Nintendo, the arcade game.
The arcade game I have upstairs on an arcade.
But it's it was released for
I
Super
did not
Nintendo.
know. Is it the same Punisher game I have?
It's a beat 'em up and it's fucking badass.
Where you can play as him or
and Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, yeah. It'd be awesome if Nick Cage is in it. Yeah, but it's fucking awesome and that game's like really expensive.
Yeah, that's like a weirdly expensive.
It's like $400. And we got it in a collection, and it came with like the tattoo. It came with like a peeling.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah,
and I have the game for like $300 on a box.
I mean, it's a badass game. I think it might look a little bit better in the arcade.
Especially, I mean, or that version
because
of
it's
arcade.
the new arcade one up or whatever. But yeah, that's what's cool about that era was like, oh, you don't have to pump quarters in anymore.
Yes. All right.
But then you run out of lives.
So what I was talking about is I
Video
prefer
games.
Christmas Eve. I don't know. I think like the peaceful where it's like a fun, like it's fun. It's one of the few nights where it's really fun to go to sleep. Like you look forward to go to bed.
Still?
Not as much, but it's still nice. Oh yeah, because also I was talking about for my family tradition for dinner, we didn't do Christmas dinner. Instead, what my mom would do is buy a bunch of really kind of like random and different frozen foods and throw them all in the oven together.
That's awesome.
So there'd be like pizza rolls, quesadilla, or what are those long hard ones called?
Oh, taquitos.
Yeah, taquitos, egg rolls. And like it would just be a big variety of shit.
And she would just lay them out all on plates and like
and you
it's
just
help yourself.
And like
Dude,
you
that's
just
awesome.
grab them while you go, and then we run out, throw some more in the oven.
Yeah, who cares? It'll be
another
ready in 14, 14 minutes.
Right, yeah.
I guess it's an oven. Takes a little bit, but
no, because we're used to the fast
that's still
oven.
freaking. Because then nobody has to stress about anything.
Yeah, no, it's nothing.
And it doesn't matter because it's just munching food basically, and then you can just hang
like
out,
you fuck around and like play board games or video games.
Because
whatever.
everybody's like playing with what they got. You got Legos, you got freaking,
and like also it's gotta be great for the parents to finally just relax.
Yeah, because they probably stayed up late Christmas Eve wrapping presents.
That
and
is
like,
something I'm terrified about for having kids. Is the idea of like giving them the Christmas I got.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you had like an awesome Christmas experience. I think the fact that you're self-aware about it.
Yeah, because I do remember who I'm talking to.
Me.
The boy of childhood trauma.
Let's bring out some more today in the Christmas special.
But let's
let's not.
Let's start with these drinks you made us.
Okay, yeah. This is a lot of segments today.
Because he wanted, or we talked about it and we thought like a spiked eggnog.
Spiked eggnog because like 'tis the season and I was looking for like winter or Christmas beer. I couldn't fucking find any. So I guess
besides the
Shiner
Shiners.
Cheer. Yeah. So we got eggnog cocktails, but the store was out of eggnog.
So already one mistake.
So first ingredient already gone.
So what Robert has is a cold brew eggnog.
Yeah, it's still by Anderson and Erickson, which makes the best eggnog. I will say it. They do. So it's still by them.
And
you have
mine is a pumpkin brew.
still by Anderson and Erickson, and it says a slight taste of it. So hopefully
It's not overpowering. But honestly,
yours was orange when we poured it.
and it still is.
And we put about a shot of vodka in this.
Yeah, because also we mix it with vodka, which I am not sure is the right.
I looked it up at the store.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Because I was thinking in my head it would be like, rum chata.
I thought it would be
or like a Bailey's cream or something.
I thought it'd be a spiced rum.
that would probably taste better. Because
Yeah.
we just added Tito's to this.
Did it tell you vodka, or were you like, fuck it, I'll just get vodka?
There's a lot of.
Did
when I
some say vodka?
Googled eggnog cocktail,
Yeah.
so much stuff popped up.
But
Like,
did it
was
say
overwhelming.
But did it say vodka, or did you
I
just
read vodka somewhere.
Okay. I didn't know if you were like, fuck this, vodka.
No, because a lot of them were like, you're gonna want to like a lot of them. People were making eggnog from scratch.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like,
Christ.
I'm at the fucking grocery store. Give me the fucking ingredients.
How do you make eggnog from scratch?
It was part of it. It was like eggs and
Nog?
and I think whipping cream and like.
I guess.
All right, let's try it.
All right. Happy
Cheers.
Moist Monday, bud.
Happy Christmas.
Mine's great.
Oh, dude.
Mine's
I was
fantastic.
I was so worried about this.
Oh, no, because I thought you fucked up, and so I thought it'd be funny to,
To be like, this tastes like shit.
yeah, like when the Queen died, we had those martinis.
I did say we didn't make them strong. We bought a shot, but it's only a half glass.
I could put another half shot in this.
Dude, this is like, so mine's the cold brew, and I can definitely taste a hint of coffee, and it's not as thick as regular eggnog. At least I think yours is more thick, because when I poured it, I could tell the difference.
It's not thin, but it's also the pumpkin comes last,
Okay, so you still get a good eggnog taste.
and then like kind of like a pumpkin pie taste. This is fantastic.
I'm enjoying mine too, because it tastes like
You wanna
holiday.
switch?
Yeah, let's freaking try it. Don't take too much, because he can't handle caffeine past midnight. He's a
I can't
gremlin.
handle past past
Ooh,
1
dude,
p.m.
this smells like freaking pumpkin bread, dude.
Ooh,
Yeah, yours tastes like pie, dude. Yours tastes like pumpkin pie.
this is still really
I
fucking
know,
good.
dude.
Okay.
Okay, good thing we got.
Yeah.
I might make another one in a little bit. These are actually really good. Like
No,
I
this
was
is the
gonna be
only-
like, let's dump these out.
No, yeah, I thought it'd be funny if they were bad, because I thought you fucked up on the vodka, but like no.
I think it's the perfect amount, so you don't get like, it's still enjoyable, but you get a little buzz.
So I think next time I'll do more of a full glass and then a shot and a half.
Shot and a half. Yeah, I'll do that next time.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
When we take a break, we'll refill them.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably pour a pumpkin one next.
I'm gonna stick with the pumpkin because
That one's really fucking good, dude. I
highly
like,
recommend,
yeah, that dude, shockingly.
because we did a small glass with like 3/4 shot of Tito's.
Yeah, and that's it. And then you got to stir it.
Yeah, because
When you
otherwise
put the vodka in,
it just sits on top.
It looks like an oil spill. And it's like,
So here is our Moist Monday suggestion for surviving the holidays.
get drunk. Are you surprised we were going to say that? Because that's our thing every
Entire
month.
thing.
It's our entire
So
show.
how we get through the week. We get drunk on Mondays. All right.
Yeah, and then we're hungover the rest of the week. Got a fucking cold.
See, I'm finally over mine, but I think you gave me yours and you still have it.
I was feeling better. And then it came back.
Because
But it's not as bad as it was. It's just like annoying.
Because
I'm like,
mine is
go
now
away.
only the nose and like a slight cough. Like the head stuff is all gone for me now, thankfully.
It's mostly like in the front of my nose and then my throat.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the
it's like,
throat's the worst.
I feel like it's like about to be gone. But I keep saying
Isn't
that.
it weird? Like that sickness literally moves like to the tip of you, and you're just like you're aware it's
And you
there.
literally just have to blow it out.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
All right. What is our next Christmas segment?
So we were talking about Christmas Eve, and
yes.
I remember a tradition that we used to do on Christmas Eve. We would always go to church. We were like,
Fun. We did that sometimes too.
how is Catholic church on Christmas?
Busy.
Well, yeah, I think every church is like,
yeah,
I see so many people that I've never seen.
No, I would sit like we would not even get into the church. We would sit in like a weird side room because
No,
we
there
were
was, and
always
they would like,
late.
they like projected it up or
Yeah,
something.
just like it's just a TV.
Damn.
Yeah. And
So
like
why would you even go?
well, we stopped. I don't know last time I went to church.
I think last time I went to church was last Christmas
Mine was last
for Christmas Eve.
Easter, and that was to purely support Izzy's sister who works at a church.
I do have a funny story about last Christmas Eve
Okay.
church though. So I'm pretty sure I was wearing this
Yeah.
exact same outfit.
This is our religious segment of Christmas
yeah.
special.
So
The real meaning.
you hear me?
Read that book.
Yeah, Josh.
Read all of it. Jesus. He's in it.
Yeah, he's in it. Spoiler alert. So last year, pretty sure I was wearing this same outfit.
Okay.
I was in my
Do you think with the ripped jeans?
yeah, I think they're ripped jeans. And then my sisters were home, like everybody was home for the holidays, and like we started day drinking.
And this was last
Christmas Eve,
Okay.
like December 24th.
So one of your sisters still underage.
She still is today.
Oh, right. She just has a fake.
Yeah. But we were day drinking, and I had a girlfriend at the time. And like, I'm not really religious anymore. My sisters are like anti-religion.
Yes.
But we all still go as a family, you know, to fake it till you make it, I guess. Is that what they
So
say?
you make it
Just to make our parents
into heaven.
Just to make our parents and grandparents happy.
Yeah.
I guess, you know. So we were day drinking, and I texted my girlfriend at the time, and because I was like feeling good, I was feeling loose, I was feeling festive, I was feeling drunk,
Feeling moist.
and I literally sent her a Snapchat, and I go, tailgating for Christmas Eve church. And she said, that makes me so uncomfortable.
Because it's the worst out of a bad situation. Because I assumed she wasn't religious either.
She made it seem like what she was.
Oh, really?
I think she was, because then I was like, oh, it's just a joke. But she's like, but are you drinking? And I was like, yeah, before church.
Wait, was this?
Yeah.
She might have been religious?
I think, dude, it was a weird thing. Like so many things. Think about it, we broke up a week later. You know what I'm saying? So like, a lot of shit was coming out where I was like, who are you?
Yeah, and I felt like she was reacting that way to you while you are literally the same at all times.
I know, dude. This is how
how you operate.
when you met me, I had a fucking blower in my car. Like, what do you want?
what?
A blower. You know, I couldn't start my car without blowing
Oh,
it.
right, yeah.
Yeah, because of the DUI. Talked about that in a past episode. Yeah, so she knew that I like to drink, obviously, and I was with my family. That's just what my siblings do. Is like we just like drinking together.
Because you don't want to deal with the trauma of growing up.
Exactly, and we don't want to be around the family that we have to be around.
Yeah, so it helps to be drunk.
It really does, dude.
I bet.
So like that was last year's Christmas Eve, and I remember trying to back peel a little bit and be like, no, I was just kidding. even though
Look at me.
Even though
I'm
I think
fine.
we did like shots.
Yeah.
Like legit, like we were pre-gaming church.
Being like tipsy at church has got to be weird. But also
Dude,
my
it's so weird, but
my idea of church is different than your idea of church.
so I'm Lutheran, or grew up Lutheran, and
and
that's,
like
that's like the chillest of the Christianity.
Oh, okay.
I would say, a little bit, because I was able to go to church like this.
I never know the difference between like Lutheran and Methodist.
I think they're both similar.
Yeah, they both just seem like the other Christians.
The other white meat.
Yeah, we're like Catholicism is the OG, and then I don't even know what the fuck out like Unitarian and like Presbyterian, whatever the fuck they.
And then
are.
one of them can only eat fish. What is that?
Like all the time.
A pescatarian or whatever.
Episcopalian. What?
No, it was a joke. It's supposed to be a joke if I would have came up with the word.
Yeah, I think it's Episcopalian.
Yeah,
I think so.
They can only eat fish.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to say that again? We can edit it.
yeah, I'll say it again. Episcotarians. You know? The funny thing is, I'm gonna keep it all in. We've been lying to you this whole time. No, just kidding.
It's all a show.
We keep it. We don't edit because if we did, the podcast would be 20 minutes. But I think Lutheran is like the chillest of all of them. I mean, obviously,
What's the one where like what's like the black church where like they're all really loud and like singing? Is that Baptist?
it might be.
That
'Cause
always
I think Baptist is very common, like in the South.
Okay, because
So-
that always seemed fun. Where like they're clapping, they're singing.
I mean, Lutheran, there's different, obviously, specs of Lutheran.
Right, yeah.
But like, we would always go to like the cool service.
Okay.
So they did like multiple services like on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
and the cool service would actually have like a live band.
Okay.
And like there'd be actual music, and it's church music, obviously, but
Yeah, 'cause
there'd
we-
still be, instead of singing hymns, we would actually sing like hip music.
Like, would you sing like Christmas songs, or were they still pretty?
No, I'm
religious?
just saying like every Sunday.
Oh,
So it'd be just
because we were only
3 or
hymns
4. Yeah, exactly.
at
So
St.
that's
Francis.
that's why
yeah.
I do like the traditional church format. Like where you kneel.
That because that's Catholic, where you're kneeling like 3 different times.
Yeah.
But like fucking when Eagles Wings comes on, that's probably my favorite.
See, I just feel like I would like to go
Christian
just because
song.
it would be. I don't know if I know that song.
No, that's like
I
a big
recognize
like Catholic funeral. Like everyone's grandma went out to that song.
But I feel like it would be cool to go to a Catholic Christmas just once, even though it'd probably be like 3 hours.
I think they still keep it at like under an hour and a half, I think. I don't fucking remember.
But I just feel
Parking's
like
a bitch.
walking into the cathedral, like the whole thing is an experience.
I liked
plus
my
the whole
church.
like, I don't know, structure and like I don't want to. This is gonna sound offensive. I don't mean it offensive. Like the whole costuming.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like the priest's outfit is
Yeah,
wild.
that's what I'm saying. Like it just seems like a cool experience to
We
be
didn't
like.
have like nuns or anything. We had just a couple of priests.
But I'm still they were all in full garb probably.
I mean, yeah, they had the little white square, which whatever.
And you guys probably had where you go and repent, like in the booth still.
Yeah, I don't even know the last time I did that. I was a child.
So does the priest just like hang out in there and wait for people to show up?
No idea.
That's what I've always wondered.
I
Because in movies, people randomly show up and the priest is there.
I feel like that can't be a thing because
But that's the whole point of it.
yeah, because it can't be like he sees someone going to it and then he hops in because then he sees who you are.
Even
But
though
also, my priest knew who I was
even
when
though
I.
he can see, isn't there a slight?
I think it's supposed to be like a little blurred.
Oh, but okay.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
I watched Boondock Saints recently.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, there's a scene where they go to the church and there's like a fight scene throughout the.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But that was basically my Christmas growing up was very church heavy, and every Christmas morning
Yep.
we'd all wake up excited for presents.
Yes.
Breakfast first.
That sucks.
Breakfast would take forever, and nobody liked doing it.
Did you walk past the presents?
Yes, 100%. So we're eating breakfast looking at the presents. The
That
trees are there.
fucking sucks.
And it's like, no, you gotta, and I go, I'm not hungry, so I'll just have coffee. So I just literally wait, and then it's like, oh, now we gotta clean up for breakfast. And then we sit down to do presents, and then it's like, oh, now we gotta read the story. The Christmas story.
What? That's
Yeah.
supposed to be the night before.
We did it on Christmas, right before
Wait,
presents.
like the story. What's it? Twas the night before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be on Christmas Eve.
We would read it every time.
That's
and
stupid.
It's from a giant book, and then usually somebody would cry around this point.
What? Oh, like one of the kids.
No.
Oh.
Is
Like-
it because people were being grumpy?
Oh,
And
okay. And was this just your family, or did you have extended family on
This
Christmas?
is just my family.
So, like-
6 people.
Yeah, 6 of you, because we had 5.
2 adults
yeah.
and 4 kids, and that's what we still do to today, and I hate it because you can't start drinking when you wake up. I guess you can spike your coffee. Maybe I'll do that.
Will you go home for Christmas this year?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Will you go Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
I'll probably go Christmas Eve, do the whole church thing.
Oh, see,
stay
'cause
the night.
Whenever I did,
Because I'm like,
when I lived
what else am I
alone and
gonna
I'd
do?
still go home for Christmas, Christmas Eve was mine. And
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't-
drive in the morning.
if I don't have like, anything else to do.
I just watch movies with my cats.
Yeah, but I'd rather hang out with my siblings.
That's fair.
Because
Yeah,
Christmas Eve is more
because
with
they'll
us.
all be there. Because I would just be like with my parents, which like I love my parents, but also like I don't need to be there because
Oh, your siblings don't come.
they
Oh, that-
did, like they didn't want to like I lived alone and I would still go home for
and
Christmas.
I'm guessing still.
We have Christmas in like early January.
Yeah,
now, 'cause
yeah, you guys
my
have a
sister lives
family-
Far
yeah, that
away.
makes sense, yeah.
I might see them on Christmas if we like run out of stuff to do here.
What do you mean?
Like we might go over to my parents'
Oh, okay,
house
yeah, that
or
makes
like
sense, yeah.
play with my like niece and nephew with their new toys and
But-
shit.
Other than that,
Yeah, that's it.
so are you looking forward to Christmas?
Yeah. No, because I enjoy Christmas every year still.
I love that. Even though Christmas is like dramatic for me,
And it's also just like stressful doing everything.
it really is because it's so like we're filming this, obviously a little bit early for Christmas, but like
But
thinking
not
about
crazy early. We're in December
we're
still.
in the teens of
Yeah.
December. Christmas is in like a week and a half.
Yeah, I wrapped all my presents
which is
today.
insane because like it literally comes so fast, and then Christmas, New Year's, bam,
Yep.
and then literally
Nothing.
it feels like you hit a brick wall.
Yeah, it's
because then you go.
because also you're
whoa.
like, oh, now it's 2023. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then there's just a weird gloom, and that's how it goes every fucking year. I do love Christmas. I do love like Christmas movies, Christmas music.
It's fine. Christmas music's fine. I'm not a huge.
So you would rather like put on like in the background movies, Christmas
Yes.
movies than just music.
So growing up, because TBS would do 24 hours of a Christmas story. That's all that was on.
Whoa, they would just put it on loop.
Yep. And so when I don't know if they still do
That's
that.
a movie I think I've only seen once.
Really, that's probably the Christmas because that Elf, Christmas Vacation,
Elf is fantastic. Christmas Vacation's incredible.
those were my big ones. I think those 3.
I think I did a top 5 Christmas movies a few years ago for Gaming Off the Grid.
Ooh, we could do that after our next break.
Well, that'd be a good idea. Yeah,
Yep.
let's do that. Write them down because I think mine will be a little bit different than it was when I did that. But also, like, I haven't seen a lot of them in a long time. Like, I haven't seen
Same.
Elf in like a few years. I think.
Yeah,
Even
I mean,
though it's
I'm not
great.
really a every year kind of guy of where I watch Christmas movies. If I see them, I see them. Christmas Vacation and like Christmas Story.
Oh, so you just kind of, if they're on, they're on.
Yeah. Like I watched today's Santa Claus 2 while I was wrapping presents.
That's funny.
Yeah, we can get into that one.
We'll talk about that. So
I'm
let's
out.
let's refill our drinks, even though you finished yours way before me.
Yep.
Let's refill our drinks, come back, talk Christmas movies, and then maybe Christmas presents.
Yeah,
We'll be
that
back.
sounds good. All right, and we are back with the Moist Monday holiday special.
Yes, we
Very
are.
Moist Christmas.
We've refilled our drinks, and we might have done too much vodka.
Yep.
Well,
So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes, but they look really good.
Orange.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
I did the pumpkin pie this time.
Did you do a shot and a half?
I just didn't measure.
Jesus.
I did a quarter of a glass.
Yeah. Definitely stronger.
Stronger, but the pumpkin pie taste still overrides.
Yeah, but I started getting like vodka taste like halfway through my drink, which was different.
The vodka taste was initial for me, and then
Yep.
it got overridden by the pie. So
There you
it's,
go. It's drinkable.
It's powerful. It's not the worst thing we've had on Moist Monday.
Nope, definitely not.
It's definitely festive though. So while during the break we drafted, or I guess
Top 5 Christmas list.
mine's in order.
Mine, I don't know how to put mine in order.
But also this is like a list where I haven't seen them in a long time, and it could be up for debate. And this is like a loose I just threw together, and I'm gonna roll with it.
all right, I can maybe put mine in order. All right, what's your number? Or let's just start with your list and then we'll go to mine.
All right, my number 5 pick. This one is awesome.
Okay.
Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Fantastic.
It's
movie.
incredible.
Directed
dude.
by Ron Howard.
It's a Ron Howard film.
Yeah, so good.
Wow, it makes dude. It is really it is incredible, dude.
That. Do you remember the scene where he's like, the Grinch?
yeah.
I would cry in movie theaters when that promo came on.
Why?
I don't know why, and I've seen other people talk about it. That scene
Because it scared you?
so bad. Like where he's like tweaking his head in a quick zoom. It
'cause
really
it-
fucked me up. Like that was something
It is
I couldn't.
spooky and
If I knew that would be in the trailers for a movie, I would wait outside. That's how much it scared me.
even as an adult working at the theater.
No,
Oh, I thought this was when you were.
no. When I was a child.
Okay, when you were a child
Yes.
seeing the trailer for it. Okay.
I don't know why, but that hit so hard. Because also as a kid, even
That's
though
in the trailer? I don't think I've ever seen the trailer.
even though now I like love everything horror, scary stuff scared me so much when I was young.
So do you
Like,
think The Grinch was the first stepping stone into you liking horror?
no? The first stepping stone was those like haunted like CD sounds things.
Oh, fuck that, dude. We talked about that like in the
I
Halloween
would
special.
cry if my
Yeah.
parents put it on. That's what started my like
Fuck that.
relationship
I would
with
cry right now if your parents put that on. Like, it's Christmas. Like the fucking festive hits.
All right, what's your number 2 or number 4?
My number 4 is Home Alone 2.
Lost in New York. Fun fact: the only film to feature a what's it? Fuck, I
An ex-president?
no. Fuck, what's the word? What was he?
A billionaire?
No, where he was removed as president. God damn it.
Oh, retracted? Erased?
Impeached.
Impeached.
Fun fact: the only film to feature an impeached president.
And that's the second time we've redone our sentences.
Yep, I know.
And we're keeping them both in.
At least I laughed at yours.
I left in mine. Yours.
All right.
But that movie, Home Alone 2,
Less Christmassy than the first. Or neither are super Christmassy.
that's
and-
why they're such good movies that I could watch them not when it's Christmas, but they are Christmas movies.
Yes.
Because the ending is Christmas
True.
on both of them. And it's like when he's lost, it's snowy, the trees up, always. Like
it's weird that they made the second one work because
it's the same plot in
but
a
like it's
different
still
city.
but it still works. While like other movies try that and it doesn't.
What I love about Home Alone 2 is
I know the scene.
2 of them.
Okay.
The skeleton scene.
Oh right, where one of them gets electrocuted and you see his skeleton.
That's how I know they were just having fun. Because like he legit grabs like the sink that's hooked up to a car battery, and he like gets electrocuted. And then you see his skeleton. It's so funny. And then my favorite scene in the whole movie,
Is this your favorite scene out of both movies?
it might be
It's pretty great
because
I know
it's
which
so
one. Yeah.
fucking stupid. Kevin McAllister is on the roof of a building, and
Of
it's like in
his,
New
like,
York.
uncle's house, right?
Yeah, but it's like in New York. You know, it's like probably 3 or 4 stories. And the burglars are down there looking at him, and he goes,
And they're yelling-
"Merry Christmas!"
And they're yelling up at him. Yeah.
And he throws bricks.
Because one guy gets hit in the face 4 times with
He gets
bricks.
hit 4 times. I think
I think it's 4.
4 or 5. It's like, oh, funny. Oh my God, stupid. And then it's like one more time and you go, okay, there's no way. And then they do it again.
Because I know like the last one, he's still like laying there because he like gets up after like the first 2, I think, and third
and he just has a
down.
brick imprint. Dude, he'd be
and it's
dead.
like slightly one brick from 40 feet up.
Yeah.
Because I once...
Dude, it's so funny because he gets hit the first time and he goes...
Yeah.
He can't even talk right.
I watched a video of doctors watching those movies and being like, oh, this is where they couldn't walk anymore.
This is where they're dead.
Yeah. Because I think like in the first movie when they like fall down the ice stairs, they're like the way they fell.
He broke his back for
like
sure.
he would be paralyzed.
God, and then he steps on a fucking nail.
Yeah. I recently saw a video of him explaining that, and it's like, it's a rubber nail.
I watched the same video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything was cool. The bulbs from the tree were sugar glass.
Yeah, the ones that they step on.
They stepped on.
I saw that, yeah.
But dude, the scene where it goes in between his toes.
Yeah, that's
dude,
pretty
it's fucking-
rough.
But the tarantula was real. Mm-hmm. And he was afraid of spiders.
I mean, that's a bad tarantula.
So that was literally one take.
Yeah.
And that was his real reaction.
And they
to
got it.
And it's terrifying.
All right, number 3.
Number 3 for me is, let's see, Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
I think I had to.
Yeah.
Because it's just a classic. You know, you put it on.
That's the most like my family watching a Christmas movie that
And I feel like
I've
that's like the most like always on TV.
Yeah. Except for the TV version sucks, so they take out the F word. Fuck. I almost said the fuck word.
They take out the fuck word.
Yeah, I tried 3 times to say it.
I guess I never really noticed.
He says it once.
But they're allowed
Yeah.
one F word.
And but not on TV. Because I think during his like rant, he throws it in. Because that movie's just fucking perfect.
It really is. I like most of the original National Lampoon stuff.
I don't love European Vacation, but I love original Vegas and Christmas.
Christmas was the third.
I don't know.
I don't know the order. I don't think I've ever seen Vegas.
Vegas is
The original is
decent.
pretty good.
Yeah, the original I
Because
love.
Europe, they go to Paris, right? I think I've seen that one.
What?
When they go to Europe, they go to Paris.
I don't remember. I've only seen that like a few times, and it's just not.
It's still like, oh, cool, but
It's not the same though. And then there's also the new one
I didn't.
with like where Ed Helms plays.
Fuck that.
Russ.
I'm never
Yeah.
gonna watch that.
No.
So it takes place of like his kid has grown up and it's
Yeah,
now his family.
he's the dad. Yeah, which I don't need to see.
I get.
Sure.
I'm glad it's not like a recreation,
Sure.
but I don't want to see
Well,
it.
it's also weird that they recast the kids every movie. Because in Christmas Vacation, it's the guy from The Big Bang Theory, and then Juliette Lewis is Aubrey, the daughter. It's Russ and Audrey, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Weird.
Yeah, because the only people who stay in it are Clark. I can't remember his wife's name.
And then the cousin,
Yep,
Eddie.
Cousin Eddie. I don't know if his wife stays or not.
What about the grandparents?
I don't think they're in the other films.
Yeah, they're probably just in the Christmas one. Dude,
Yeah.
they are so funny.
Yeah, no, because also both families are portrayed incredibly. I see my own like extended
it's
family
done,
in them.
It's done so well. That it's just a classic. And then my second one is kind of a weird pull.
Okay.
But this is going to be a specific movie, but it applies to all the movies that are in the same style.
Okay.
Frosty the Snowman.
That's your favorite of them?
But
Frosty's not even animation. Frosty's just a cartoon.
all of them are in that same style, you know, with the narrator. You know what I'm talking about? Like the 1940s one.
Yeah. But Frosty's the non-claymation one. That one's just animated.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Rudolph?
Rudolph is claymation.
Rudolph's the one I'm thinking of. Rudolph's
Rudolph's your favorite?
I think Rudolph's my favorite out
Okay.
of all of them. When's the one where they go and fight the abominable snowman? Is that
That's
Rudolph?
Rudolph, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one's great.
And he
the
fucking-
music's great.
And they pull out his teeth?
Well,
it's
it's 'cause he-
fucking wild. Because
That's
also...
because he's friends with the dentist.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that the dentist just knows how to rip teeth out
And
of
he's
an
a
abominable...
bad dentist.
Yeah. No, because a memory I always have of that is there's a scene where whoever the fuck the dentist name is, Hermie? That sounds right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound really right. It's
Yeah.
probably not right.
Where he's on top of the cave and he's got a brick and his pliers and he's going oink, oink, oink. Oink, 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 trying to get the abominable
I
snowman.
haven't seen it in forever.
My dad used to do that back when our basement stairs didn't have a lit or a backboard. He would lean over the stair with a brick and pliers and go oink, oink, oink. That's like my Christmas
terrifying.
memory. Yeah.
That is like scary.
It's wild. Yeah.
And that's why he loves horror movies, because of that trauma.
Maybe.
Dude, yikes, that's freaking terrible. But
was
really
funny.
cool.
Yeah.
I really like because they made like Kris Kringle in that style, like a movie about young Santa
yeah.
Claus. Yeah, I just love like
I have one of those on my list too that I'll bring
I
up.
love like just the voiceover narrator guy because he's the snowman, right? The guy who's narrating it is the snowman. I'm pretty sure
Because I'm picturing the narrator from the Santa Claus one, where it's just about Santa and he's the mailman.
Oh, so maybe he's different because I think he's the snowman in Rudolph, but I think it's the same voice.
Okay.
So he's just playing a casual character that's just there.
I don't know if he's Frosty. I don't think he's Frosty.
No, he's not Frosty.
Yeah, because Frosty's
he's just a real fat snowman.
Yeah, because Frosty has a dumb fucking voice.
I can't remember. I haven't seen Frosty.
You don't remember when he comes out and he goes, "Happy birthday." That's what he fucking... And you're like, what the fuck happened?
He's a snowman, dude.
Yeah.
He's got not a real brain.
Yeah, I guess. He's just 2 eyes made out of coal.
And then my number one,
Yes.
Home Alone.
Okay.
I already mentioned it.
Yeah.
It's dude, this movie is, I love the soundtrack. John Williams did the
Really?
fucking soundtrack for Home
I did
Alone.
not know that.
The soundtrack I listened to on repeat. It's such a good Christmas album.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Those movies
incredible.
are really great.
Dude, and they're just done so well. And
Do you know Scarlett Johansson is in the third one?
I haven't seen past two.
I mean, you don't need to because it's not Kevin McAllister, but still, it's a weird thing that she's in.
Yeah, that's a weird.
She's a kid.
Now I kind of want to like.
She's like 10. It's fine.
I kind of want to just try and watch it just to see
Well,
it.
there's a new one too.
Yeah, I saw that like Home Alone or
It's
Home
something-
Sweet Home Alone. I think is what it's called.
I hated the name. I knew.
And like it's like I feel like there's like 6 of them now. Like I feel like they just kept doing similar things.
Yeah, I mean it's an easy idea.
And you
but,
just gotta set up cool.
But if you don't have Macaulay Culkin, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. But it's just a freaking.
Because also, I don't believe that the other kids are geniuses like he is. Like where he sets up the fake party with all. Like I kind of get that with him, and I don't know why.
It is so funny if you try and like figure out how he did it, especially in the second one, where he sets up his uncle pretending to be in the shower.
Right? Yeah,
And it's
he
like,
has the
dude,
tape recorder.
but he has all the ropes, and it's like, but where are the ropes going? You just have a shower curtain set up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I've always wondered about that scene. In the house, it makes sense, you know, because it's
Yeah.
shadows. But in the bathroom,
Where he's 5
and
feet
then
away.
it's what's his name?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, yeah.
Which is weird. And then
and he's scared of it.
who's the fucking
Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider's yeah. And I think when you first introduce Rob Schneider,
He's like the bellboy,
yeah,
right?
He's like, "Can I have a tip, sir?" And I'm pretty sure he like gives him his go. And he goes, "Oh, okay, sir."
Those are so fucking weird movies.
Yeah, the cast is fucking insane.
Yeah,
but
the fact
think
that
about it, like
Tim Curry's a throwaway character is wild.
I mean, he's part of like the B plot, dude. He's in like a lot of the scenes.
Yeah, and-
'Cause he's
and-
trying to hunt him down.
and he's young.
Yeah, this
And a really young Rob Schneider.
really young Rob Schneider. That's my list. I think Home Alone's my favorite, just in general.
Okay.
The first two.
Neither of them are even on my list. All right, so I'm going to say I think number 5, I'm going to try and make a list out of this, is A Year Without a Santa Claus. It's one of the claymation ones.
What is that?
It's a weirder one.
In that same style?
Yes, it's
Okay.
claymation. Because it's, I think
And
like,
it's still like from like the early days.
yeah, it's pretty old. It might not be as old.
I probably have seen it.
So
it doesn't ring a bell.
something that might is it's the one with the heat Meisner and the snow Meisner.
100%. Yep. I've
Yep.
seen it. Yep.
Because they got their own movie, but that one sucks.
And does it start off like they're in a town and then like newspapers go around and says Santa Claus is missing or something?
Because Santa, I'm like blanking on the actual plot of it. Because I think Santa quits basically, and so it's like an elf and a reindeer go and like meet a bunch of kids who like want to get him back into it or
And
something.
they got to convince him.
I think so. I don't fucking remember. I know a lot of it takes place in like a town.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, so I do remember. And then the Heat Miser, and then they have such a cool song together.
Yeah, the I'm Mr. Snow Meisner.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the most legendary part of that whole thing. Is
for
that song.
sure. And their mom's Mother Nature.
That's kind of cool.
It's fine. But like I remember that was one that we always wanted to watch because it was weird.
I think they sell.
They got popular from TikTok recently, so I bet there's a lot of shit on.
No, but I think they've always sold like at like Target and stuff. You can get like the 4 or 5 pack where it's all of the
Yeah.
on one DVD.
There's
because
some-
they're like 40 minutes. Like they're like short.
even
right?
if that, yeah. But there's some other because to me the classics are like Rudolph, the Santa Claus one, Santa Claus Coming to Town, maybe is what it's
Yeah.
called. I would put Year Without a Santa Claus and probably Frosty in like the top 4.
I think that might be the pack.
And then there's weird ones. One where like a bunch of like celestial beings are having a plot to kill Santa.
And that what?
Yeah, there's that one, and like
Holy shit.
someone has to do with like Baby New Year. I think I hate
Baby New Year. That I've seen that one.
me and my. I don't know if that's
Because
that
I can
one.
picture what Baby New Year looks like.
Because I remember me and my sister watching it, and we were like, "What the fuck is happening?" And at the end, like someone has this axe, and a giant vulture is coming, and they swing the axe, and it shoots like a laser beam out. I swear we saw this once, and I don't know how like off-brand it was.
I think I can, because I think I can picture the sound that beam made. I think I can picture that. Like,
and it was just a weird one. And there's also the Christmas in July one, which is stupid. Like Rudolph joins a circus, and it fucking sucks.
yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
That one's like not good at. It's weird. So I would say probably Santa Claus is Coming Down is the best, but Year Without a Santa is my favorite.
Now I want to freaking watch
Find
these old
them.
classics.
I don't know where they might be on YouTube. Honestly, they're so old.
Yeah, because I think they're past like
Maybe
trademark and
probably
because they're like legit like old school.
Yeah. All
But
right.
they're so good.
So that's
At least the certain ones are.
yeah, because Santa Claus is Coming to Town has the Winter Warlock, right, and the little penguin. I like that one a lot. He befriends like a weird like.
It's crazy how they built such a crazy world.
It's weird. Yeah.
But like they did it well.
Yeah.
I guess also back in the day that was it. So
But also, like, I remember my parents talking about like how those came on once a year, and like if
That was
you
your
missed
only
it,
chance
you
to see-
fucking missed it.
that is weird to think about because now I can just be like, we can pull it up right now and watch it.
Probably on our phones. Where I remember like doing the VHS tapes, where it started with people painting whatever the logo is.
That's really cool.
I really strongly remember their opening scene, and it's like literally like paintbrush and like different colored paints. I don't know what the logo was.
Dude, that's badass.
But like that's a very strong memory. All right, so my number 4. So I did Year Without a Santa Claus. I would put it at probably Elf at number 4.
See, that was a hard consideration for my list.
Great movie, incredible acting, so funny,
So
and
funny.
probably
Definitely Christmas because you got to believe in Christmas spirit.
the newest best Christmas movie, I would say.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, like all of it, just fucking great actors in it too.
Zoe
Like,
Deschanel,
yeah, and she's blonde, which is weird.
which is weird and always throws me off because I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, and like, oh, it's
You're
you,
the new
Which-
girl.
But also, like, it's a different character for her too, because
is
she's
good
like
because-
kind of a bitch in it, which I like.
I like it.
Instead
Because
of
I
her
think that's
being
how
like
she is in real life.
I bet she's more like that than the bubbly, annoying person.
Yeah, she's married to an HGTV guy. She's married to one of the Property Brothers.
Is she? No, I thought I looked this up recently. I thought she was married to a musician, or she
used
used
to
to
be.
be. Oh, okay.
And then they got divorced, and the musician put out an album. I can't remember what the word is, but it's Japanese for like some type of process of using gold to fix a broken pot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that's the name of the album. And like the album has like a really cool. So it's like a broken heart, but it's fixed it with.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Okay.
So I think she's married to a property brother now,
All right, weird.
which is weird.
Yeah.
but decent in Elf.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell,
incredible.
they did just release a Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds
Spirited. I heard it's horrible.
musical. Yeah, I don't even have zero interest. Zero
no
interest
need.
checking it out. I'm sorry.
I don't need more Christmas movies, honestly.
And I like Will Ferrell and I like Ryan Reynolds sometimes.
And I want to like them. So I'm just not going to watch their bad stuff.
Exactly.
So I can just actually enjoy them.
I feel like lately though, Will Ferrell has been in bad stuff.
I just remember him trying like that Sherlock movie, and like that just had to have been the worst.
I just didn't even get a chance because I was like, I knew it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I mean, the point when like trailers aren't funny is weird. When they couldn't pull anything out and be like, oh, this is the really good one.
I feel like it's so like, I don't know. Maybe they have to be like more PG now,
Probably. Or just, I don't know.
or they're just not funny anymore.
Maybe. I mean, times change and they're all old now.
They're getting old, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Who knows?
All right, moving on.
Number 3. I'm going to go with A Christmas Story.
I mean, that's a classic.
Yep. I mean, it's a perfect movie.
I think I've only seen it like once or twice.
I heard the sequel is actually really good, which I'm
They made a second
about.
one.
Like,
They are making
this year. It came out this year already, and it's about him. And they got the original actor, which they're doing it way too much. But I heard this is a good one. Also, fun fact: the original actor who played Ralphie is an elf in Elf,
Whoa, that's fucking cool.
and like that was like his only other like acting job in like a long time. But now he has his own feature again. So who knows?
So he plays himself grown up.
Yep. And it's about, instead of the magic of Christmas from being a kid, it's like the idea of like what it takes as an adult.
To bring the Christmas alive. That's kind of cool.
I
If they do
think-
it right. But
And I heard
is he
they
a
did.
good actor?
I don't know. I heard they did it right.
Because at this point,
He was that was the only big movie he did that I know
but at this
of.
point, like, is he recognizable?
Not as much.
But are people going to go just because it's the same kid?
Well, I think it was also like a streaming thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't fucking know the last Christmas movie that came out in theaters. Because Spirited was also a streaming thing. It was an Apple movie.
What's that?
The Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell one.
Oh, it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So my number 2, I'm going to go with Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
Might be my number one, but also just so I can really talk about the last one too.
Two's a good. It's just a safe play. It's funny every time.
Perfect background movie too, because I know every scene.
When they go sledding, dude,
Incredible.
it's like it's the stupid humor where it's just he keeps going. It's like, dude, so many fucking funny things.
Chevy Chase has recently been doing an ad as Clark Griswold from Christmas, and it's weird.
Is it for Canes?
Yes. And
I think I saw an article about that today.
It's fucking weird. It comes up on like my Spotify.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ad yet, but I saw an article talking about how they're trying to bring the Christmas spirit in, but it's going over weird.
Yeah, especially with like Cane's being like a chicken place. And
Yeah,
like,
Cane's is doing weird shit though. We talked about Cane's a while ago. Remember when Ice-T was their spokesman?
oh,
We talked about that. So Ice-T was their spokesman for a while, and they had legit cutouts of Ice-T in an iced tea. And then he was just the voice for like, get your chicken.
yeah. Well, because also, I don't know if this is a weird saying, but like the reason they chose iced tea is also, I think, because Cane's is a more like predominantly like black.
Well, and also they
place.
make their own iced tea.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, like you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah, I get what you're
where
saying.
it's like that kind of chicken place, and not that that's anything wrong with that, but also
Chevy Chase is racist.
known racist.
Yeah, hardcore
like
racist.
absolutely racist against black people.
And he's representing a chicken place.
And like Kane, like I think, because what's the other big one that I can't think of? The one with the biscuits that are supposed to be good.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Jack in the Box?
Nope. The one that the main competitor for KFC.
Fuck.
What's
I,
it?
I know what you're
I've
talking
never been there, but it's supposed to be incredible.
I went there one time and I didn't know what to order because there was a lot of stuff on the menu and I ordered it. And I was disappointed. And I think I got sick from it. Like it was like the chicken was like slimy.
Oh, okay.
But it came on like an
Popeyes.
actual Popeyes. It came on like an actual bone, so I think I ordered the wrong thing.
Gotcha.
Because I thought I ordered a bone-in chicken at a fast food place.
Right, yeah. That's fair. Yeah, but so that always threw me off that it's Clark Griswold going for that. Or Chevy Chase.
So he's playing.
He is playing Clark Griswold.
I need to watch the ad then. I'm
I've
very.
only heard it.
I'm intrigued.
It's weird. Because also it seems like he's talking so well that I'm like, Chevy Chase can't do that. So like it almost feels like it's a deep fake of Chevy Chase for this commercial that he allowed. I'm sure it's not, but it just threw me off of how coherent Chevy Chase is.
It's weird that so many people keep. It's weird that they decided to work with him because like he's known to be like shitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I get what they're trying to do because of the holiday spirit, and Christmas Vacation will be on all the time.
Yes.
And the nostalgia
But like
of that character.
you're not getting that character. You're getting Chevy Chase now.
He's trying to sell you chicken. And if you don't,
And he might use the N-word because he has before. Several times on video.
Yikes, really? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right. And then my number one, I'm guessing you haven't heard of this, but this is a family favorite for like my house.
Okay.
Emmett Otter's Christmas.
What the fuck is that? This is your number one?
Without a doubt. It's a Muppet movie. Kermit's in it a little bit.
But it's not a Muppet movie?
No, none of the Muppets are in it besides Kermit is kind of like introduces the film.
Weird.
And then, yeah.
So who's Emmett?
Emmett Otter. It's called that Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. He is an otter.
What
His
the
mom's
fuck
an
are
otter.
you talking about?
He's in a jug band. And they want to win a Christmas pageant so he can buy his mom stuff. And it's incredible. Because also...
Are they puppets too?
Yes, they're all
Okay,
puppets.
so it's a puppet
Everybody's
film.
puppets. Most of them...
Is it Jim Henson?
I'd imagine so.
That makes sense. Cause
Yeah, because
I've never heard of this dude.
no, and I don't know if it's on anything. I own it, and because this is the one that if all of my family's together for one day in December, we are sitting down and watching this.
That's
together.
really cool.
Well, because also we know every line, we know how to make fun of it. We've picked it apart already.
You've just seen it so many times.
Yeah, this is one of the few movies I have seen once a year since I was born. I'd say
That's crazy.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Because I've never heard
The
of it.
music's fucking great too. And like the characters are weird and like we've like poked holes in every plot hole there is and now it's really funny.
So does Emmett Otter have any other movies? If
I don't think so. I don't think anyone from it is in any other.
That's weird because they like set it up title wise to be like, oh, this is just his Christmas story.
Yeah.
It's like Ernest Goes to Camp. And
Oh,
Ernest
I
does
would,
all, you know what I mean? But it was
I would hate it if he was another. That would be weird. If it was like Emmett Otter's like other holidays.
Emmett Otter's Easter. just a 3-day story.
Because it's weird because it's him and his mom and they live on like a riverside. He does odd jobs. His mom like knits for people and like does like washes people's clothes. It's like a podunk town.
Okay.
And like there's this like his dad's dead or gone. They don't really make sense of it. But there's like one scene where like he plays in a jug band. So he wants to play the stand-up bass. So he has to put a hole in the wash tub to play a wash tub bass.
Yeah, makes sense.
But like his mom uses that to like make money and wash clothes.
So he can't.
But he does because he's like, Dad would put a hole in that wash tub. And then there's a scene where the mom, they're both going for the same talent show, but they don't know that because they want to buy shit for each other. He wants to buy his mom a piano. She wants to buy him a guitar. And they're like both expensive, I guess. And the mom's like a great singer, and so is he, and he's like musically talented. And the mom is like, oh, I'm gonna sing a song for this. And then she's like, well, I need new clothes for this, which that's her own issue. And then she's like, Pa would have hawked that tool. She sells his tools, the kid's tools, to buy herself fabric to make herself a dress. Like,
Oh my God.
yeah. And so you're left there being like, your dad was a horrible person if this is what he would do.
He would have put a hole in the bathtub. He would have sold your. What the hell?
And at one point they're like, the best thing he ever did was he like made a slide into the river. So when it's cold out, you can make like a slide out of it. And they're like, that's the best thing he ever did.
So
They
he
literally-
was a fucking child that
No,
died.
he was a
He was a man
he
child.
was a snake oil salesman. So literally
So a shady
con man.
He's a shady fucking person.
And they set him up to be this best person. It's literally like Fast and the Furious. Like, was your dad a good person or not?
I guess, dude, the power of family. You go. That's just Pa.
That's
That's just how he was.
Yeah, but that is my number one film.
Damn, I've never heard of that.
It's a weird one. I'll show you a song from it later.
I kind of want to watch it now
It's good.
because I like puppets and I like
and
because I haven't seen it and I like Christmas stuff.
I would honestly say it's my favorite Muppet movie.
Damn, it's so Kermit like just introduces it. That's
Yeah.
weird.
And yeah, like he's in like a little bit of it. I think there's like an extended version where he's in another bit. I don't know. But there's also like this weird like punk band that's in it called the River Bottom Boys. It's fucking weird. The whole thing's weird.
I mean, that sounds like your movie though.
I know. But there's like 6 musical numbers in it. There's like a really dumb sidekick character. It's great. And they're all like puppets.
'Cause I'm guessing they do.
Living on a little river town.
I'm guessing they do a lot of like Muppet Christmas stuff.
What do you mean?
Like Muppet Christmas movies, and like they did a bunch of them. So then they were like, this year, let's do something different.
I think there's 3. Muppet Christmas Carol. There's another one where they like meet God and like Whoopi Goldberg might be God or she's an angel.
Weird.
And it's not good. And then so Muppet Christmas Carol is incredible. I've talked about that.
Yeah, that's the one where
that's
you
like
cried.
yeah, that's like probably my next top favorite. And then there's that one, and then there's Emma Daughter's Jug Band Christmas, and those are the only Christmas movies. I can think of.
That's just a weird like.
The Whoopi Goldberg God, where I don't know if she plays God or if she's just in it, but like
she's an angel or
maybe she's just like a person. But I know God's in it. I know Whoopi Goldberg's in it. I don't like
and
it.
in your head you go,
No.
same person. Did it all for the Whoopi. It's a Planet Limp Bizkit song.
I know.
That
All
is
right.
for Whoopi Goldberg.
All right.
All right, so that was my list.
That was my list.
I
We
think
ready for presents?
We've read the story. That's our version of the story. We've had our breakfast.
I think it's time for presents. I'll go first because there's a second part to my present.
Okay.
So you give me mine first. Because I'm very curious what this is.
So mine. Let me set this up.
Okay.
It's not here,
Yes.
and there's no way to physically show you.
Okay.
So I made note cards.
Okay.
And I'm going to hand you a stack of note cards. And I want you to read the note cards in the order I hand them to you out loud.
Okay. Okay.
It's the best way I could think to give you this gift on a podcast.
So this is probably, I'm curious now what it is because this is similar to my initial ideas for presents for you. I wouldn't be able
This was an impulse thing that I didn't know what I was going to get you.
Really?
And then a few days ago.
Okay. All right. Let's
And
see
then
what
a
it
few
is.
days ago, I was like, let's fucking do it.
Okay.
All right. So let me get out the note cards and make sure they're still in the order. Hopefully you're excited.
Okay. I'm very excited already.
Don't look.
Okay. Oh, are they not in order?
No, I just want to make sure they're in order because that'd be embarrassing. If it's
That's
not.
so many note cards.
It's only 5.
Oh, okay.
And
That was like 50.
no, and there's not a novel. It's just
Yeah, like a word. Okay.
okay.
May 9th, 2023. Okay. 2 tickets for the Spice Bee Meatball Tour. Kansas City.
What's the last one say?
Tenacious D. Okay, so 2 tickets for Tenacious D on May night. Fuck yeah.
We're in the front section.
What?
Yeah.
At Kansas City.
I think it's at Starlight Theater, which is where we saw 21 Pilots.
Okay.
So I think we're in the orchestra pit. for Tenacious D.
God damn it. I didn't think your present would be this good. Now mine seems stupid.
This is stupid.
That's fair. May night. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
It's a Tuesday night.
Okay.
Which sucks. But literally classes end.
I'll take work off, yeah.
Classes end for me
Yeah.
the week before. So I'm going to be like on like a couple week break.
For spring break?
For school. No, spring break is in like March.
Oh, May. Oh, that's when your year ends? Is that early in...
That's when the semester ends.
Early May?
Yeah, for me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll fucking take days off work. I don't give a shit.
This has been a bucket list concert.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about this for fucking
freaking
years.
I saw I was like scrolling on Instagram. I think it was Thursday morning.
Because they were coming to Cedar Rapids and we talked about going.
Well, they've come to Cedar Rapids multiple times and Kansas City multiple times, but they announced like this tour they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're only going to like 5 cities in
Really?
America, and then the rest is Europe.
Weird. And they're going to... Where at?
Kansas City.
All right.
And then I was like scrolling around the post and it said, yeah, pre-sale starts today. Here's the code to get in.
Okay.
And I was like, that starts right now. so I just did it. And I was like, fuck it.
All right.
Checkmate.
Well, now I'm going to include the second half of the gift that I wanted to give you. Well, because Izzy told me like, oh no, it's fun. It's dumb. It's unexpensive. I was like, okay, I'll do that too. But I had a second idea, which was more expensive than this. So I'll go with that. I'll tell you what it is after.
I'm just excited because we're probably talking about this on the podcast.
Yo, fuck yeah.
Dude, yeah, I'm curious what it's going to like. Hopefully they play less of the new stuff.
Because their new album was horrible.
Yeah,
not Explosivo, Apocalypto. That one sucks.
I just don't know. I'm guessing they'll just play a bunch of everything. But also, I just think it's just going to be cool to go, you're Jack Black.
That's
like,
also
you know what I mean?
weird.
Like,
It's a huge
and it's just going to be like this, you know?
No, the fact
Being
that
fucking
it's an
weird.
A-list actor who also just has a band that you and I have loved forever.
He's also in like a fantastic, what are they, a parody band? Not even. They're like a comedic band.
Yeah, comedy
Rock opera?
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Because I guess rock opera, I think, because they do...
Rock bra, dude.
Rock bra.
Wait,
See, I didn't know
they're
that-
not opera.
Well, the way they tell stories in some of their songs makes it seem like it's somewhat opera-esque.
It's a story.
Yeah, it's a
for
story-esque.
Sure,
But I didn't know how to, like... So I just thought note cards would be the best way to give it to you.
because you couldn't print out tickets.
Because I don't have the tickets yet. I think they're getting mailed to me. And I couldn't just be like, oh, here's the receipt. What do you think?
All right. Well, then I'll definitely include my other idea for a gift along with this one because this one's just fun and stupid.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah.
You
All
actually wrapped it, though.
Yeah. No, so open it turn it around and rip this part off.
You gotta open it a certain way.
Yes, for you to truly get what it is.
Why do I feel like it's a remote control car?
Open it, bud.
You got a silver bag back there?
I sure do.
Is it a remote control car? Did I guess it? Is it a remote control car? Holy shit. Dude, no, it's not. Where'd you find this at? Dude, where'd you find this at?
Target. And then...
Dude, what is this?
Fuck. So it's so cool that I had to get myself one.
Do you guys see this? You got Vin Diesel's car?
I got Vin Diesel's car.
Dude, this is fucking incredible, dude. These are actually for sale?
Yeah.
Dude, we
And,
gotta fucking try these out right now.
No, that's why I said, we'll have to take a break so we can charge them and make sure they work.
Dude, these are... I didn't know Fast and Furious was still a thing. Obviously,
I was curious. Well, no, because if you look at the back of the box, because I will admit this is not my favorite Brian car.
Yeah, because I like the blue one. You know what I'm talking about?
They have that for sale, the blue and white one.
Oh,
they didn't have that there.
But on the back it says they have Mr. Nobody's car.
Right? Who the fuck wants that? And Letty's Corvette? No, Letty drives a motorcycle.
Yeah, obviously Don's Dodge Charger is fucking awesome.
But his other Charger, I don't give a shit
Who's
about.
Lincoln? Or
I don't
Lycan?
Lycan? No idea. And then Brian's Supra, no one gives a shit about that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you just want Brian's. Ooh, that's not even the one I was picturing.
No, me neither. But
I was picturing the light blue one. It's just like this, but But this fucking orange one's, I think this orange one's from Too Fast.
I think so too.
Yeah, which is cool.
Because I will say I like the Skyline GT that's on the back. I think that one's my favorite Brian car.
Yeah, the white car with the blue stripes. Dude,
But
this
that's-
is fucking sick, dude.
Also, that's an iconic. Yeah, and then this one. Fuck yeah.
So, is this a 10-second car?
We're gonna find out.
Okay, we gotta go charge.
Take a break.
We gotta go plug these in so then we can test them out. Because I'm so excited to
and
race.
we'll put up separate videos of us racing them.
Yeah, we will. We'll be right back.
Oh wait, do you want to know what the second? Because you got me too good of a gift.
What do you mean? What do you mean that's too good of a gift?
That's a crazy good gift. All right, so my other one
It
is
was perfect timing. Like I didn't know what I was gonna get you, to be honest.
So neither did I, and I started brainstorming. I was like, what are things we've joked about that we could finally do?
we
So I
talked about
looked,
a lot of things.
so I looked up tap dancing classes.
Fuck yeah. Not that.
Very hard to book because also it was all like children's classes. It's
And
like,
just like, damn, that's like a 6-week commitment.
yeah, no, that's a lot of like scheduling, and then also I was like fencing classes.
Oh hell yeah.
Fucking weird. The fencing schools are weird because they're like, we're only open 3 days a week and only for 4 hours at a time, and you have to book a private lesson. I was like, oh
Holy
shit.
private lesson.
Because of COVID, I guess. Still.
you wear a mask. You wear a mask when you fucking fence.
Yeah. And you literally have to stay separated.
The whole thing of fencing is you're 6 feet away and have a stick to prove it. Like it's the whole thing of fencing. Like,
Yeah. So, but then I found another one that now I will do. We just have to set a date for it, and that's why I was like, I don't know how to like actually
how to
plan
gift this or
Yeah. There we have a go-kart place in town that I will pay for us to go to, which also has a VR like playground thing
what does that mean?
where you like put on a VR thing, get a gun, you're
And
like,
you're on like a thing where you can actually walk?
yeah, and it's like a
Dude.
zombie thing. So I will, and that's in Des Moines, so I will pay for us to go to that too.
That sounds fucking incredible.
Yeah, we just have to plan it probably like mid January.
Dude.
I'll take a day off work
Holy
and we'll just spend a
shit.
day there.
Where's that at?
I think Grimes.
I didn't know
looked
they
up Des
offered.
Moines.
I didn't know they had offered VR
Me
there.
neither, 'cause
I
they have
knew
a-
they had go kart and then mini golf. I think there maybe
That might be a different one.
maybe a different place.
Because also we can look around to see which is the best go kart one.
Dude, the VR sounds fucking cool as shit.
right? Because I've always wanted to do like a
that's
sandbox.
like I
shit.
love like paintball,
And
like
that's like-
it's very similar. To,
it's like no risk.
or it's like laser tag.
Yeah.
but like this is like so much cooler because you put it on, you go, oh my god,
And, like, it's
and
literally
the fact
one of
that you
those weird
actually
treadmill
walk,
things,
dude,
yeah.
and then like you like legit have to turn. It will like freak me out probably.
Yeah.
but it'd be cool as fuck.
So we got remote control cars and that now.
I'm so curious.
I was pumped to find
Where was
these.
this at? Walmart?
Target. Because the
In a
first
Fast and Furious section?
the first one I saw was Jacob's Charger. And I was like, who the fuck wants that? And it was also like
John Cena, dude.
bigger than these.
Whoa.
And then I was
That's
like,
like the big car?
it was like a different just like size thing. I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. And then they had a bunch of little cars, and I started looking through them. I'm like, there's a Spider-Man one. I was like, oh fuck.
And then you went, oh, Jesus.
yeah, that's
I have to.
yeah, that's his car. Yeah, so I was super pumped.
Fuck. Yeah, let's go freaking go charge this shit.
All right, we'll be right back.
I might top my drink off or get a beer, and we'll be right back with the Christmas special. Happy holidays.
Just got done playing with some Christmas
Dude,
presents.
those fucking cars, you did not have to charge them.
No.
They came fully charged in the box.
And what's incredible about them is that they have NOS built in.
dude. Built-in fucking boost, baby.
Which is funny, because that means that they just made them slower in general, unless you
I mean,
hit
you
that
can.
button.
I can't tell visually that they go faster.
It makes
But
a
it's
different sound.
It goes. vroom.
Also, we did test them, and you were faster until I used it.
I think my car is just faster in general because
I don't think so.
I'm lower to the ground, so every time I hit you, you go flying up.
That doesn't mean you're faster.
I think I'm faster because Brian is good at driving. Vin Diesel just drives his dad's car.
And keeps crashing it, but is terrified of
I
it.
love how everything we do now comes back to a spin-off series.
Yep. Well, I mean,
The spin-off series is what put us on the map.
do you think we're on the map?
I think we're on a map. Might be more of a spectrum, but we got some more Christmas to talk about. Let's talk about this year's holiday season, this year's Christmas
Right,
season. You had a freaking performance.
Yep. I, along with the variety act I'm a part of, had a Christmas show called Wicked Wonderland.
Which was really cool, dude.
I
was not able to go last year.
So last year, I'm gonna say that was one of the best sets I've had. Worst turnout I've ever had.
Really?
We just chose, or they chose the worst day because it was also the day of graduation,
Fuck.
and then also it was like a little too late where people are doing actual Christmas stuff. Where I was surprised that this one was, I think,
'cause
sold
we
out.
did this one, or you we.
You were
Well, I
there.
was a part of it.
Yeah,
but I
December
didn't perform.
2nd.
Yeah, it was early. It was
Super, because me and the other performers thought it was too early.
because it didn't feel like Christmas because it technically felt like Thanksgiving still.
Yeah, because it was a week after.
Yeah, it was legit like a week after.
Yeah, but then, because the show is me, a magician, 2 drag, I would say technically,
2 drag and a burlesque.
burlesque, and then a musician.
Yeah.
And it went great.
Oh, it
Where
was.
I'm a freak show performer, so it's always weird mixing me with anybody.
It is weird because you're your own thing,
It's
and
very,
like I totally get like burlesque and drag and musical performances because they all go hand in hand.
they're all music based.
And then you're like, I don't. Please don't play anything
yeah, I'm because I like hearing the groans and the moans
because that's what
from the
makes
crowd.
you. It's the uncomfortability. We've talked about this before. It's the
Yeah.
uncomfortability of no noise and just hearing like glass break under your feet
and the power drill revving in my nose.
yeah, if you had like suspenseful, like it would distract from it.
Right, yeah, because that was an issue I had with my producer when I first went up. It was like I was like, hey, I have nothing planned. I have nothing choreographed. I just know my acts, and I'll talk about them as I go.
That is what's fun seeing you do it. Is you definitely shift into a persona.
It's weird.
And it's like, it's crazy because you always go, I don't know what I'm going to do. But then you're so funny on stage and you're able to, like, your one-liners and just you're able to read a crowd. And it's like, even when I look at Izzy, I go, who is that?
It's weird.
Like,
Because also, I don't remember.
You hate people and you hate crowds. Like, and then all of a sudden you're like, what's your name?
Yeah, no. And
Yeah, and you literally were picking on someone in the audience.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
she added me on Facebook today. It was weird.
Today? Yeah. 2 weeks after? She's been looking for you for 2 weeks probably.
Yeah, well, because also I just remember we have the same last name.
Oh, she was a white too?
Because I remember someone saying that, and I forgot. Because
It took her 2 weeks to find another white person.
well, because also, and my thing is, I completely black out on stage, and I always have.
I kind of get that same way, but I also drink too much.
So when I that's fair. So when I used to be in like a band, I don't really remember being on stage for that. The only thing I remember from performing musically live is a line I fucked up.
Because I get what you're
Because it
saying.
took me
Because
out
then
of it.
Yeah, it takes you out of it, and your
But
body
also,
goes, fuck.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It's I looked at the guy who wrote it, and I was laughing, and he looked back at me. It was, and there's a photo of it.
So it was an enjoyment mistake.
Yes, because it was something I fucked up in practice before too. There's 2 things I remember from my last musical show. That fuck up,
Which
and
is
then
like 2014,
yeah,
which is crazy.
that was 8 years ago.
Yeah. Before I even fucking was really doing music.
That's weird too that I
Yeah.
did music before you, but you've always been more of a musical person than me.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because I've never been incredibly musically talented. I've been enough.
That's it. That's exactly how I say it about myself.
That's also fair. Like, well, because you being a really decent bass player is so underwhelming when you just listen to it.
But it's so important. Like,
Yeah, because I don't have great rhythm, so I need.
that's 90% bass playing is rhythm.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta have
that's
rhythm.
what, like, helps
It's
me
just
out a
rhythm.
lot.
Like I literally, this weekend we had Friendsgiving, and towards the end of the night I was jamming with some people, and like I was playing like an acoustic bass, and I was like, I barely know.
Those
how
are
to
so weird.
I barely know how to play, but then I was just like, messing around and obviously doing root notes, and then a couple
Keeping people on track,
couple
yeah.
things, and then people are like, dude, you're so, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
So like a root note with like something a little playful is the way to do it. Like if you do 3
because
root notes and then you riff at the 4th.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
and then it just fits the song and it keeps it on rhythm, and but I'm literally going like, what's the note? Like I don't know what I'm doing.
No, yeah, and like if someone tells me the note, then I'm like, all right, E.
I at least somewhat know where I'm like, oh,
I know
G, D, A.
I know the 5th of everything because it's just the next string down.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
like I literally, before we started jamming, I said, can you tune this? Like I can't even tune,
by ear. I've been able to tune by ear,
can't do
and
it.
I cannot do it at all now.
But going back to the Wicked Wonderland.
Oh right, Jesus.
Your
Okay.
show.
Yes. Yeah. So the big takeaway from the show is we had a drunk Santa.
Yeah, who was like the host, narrator.
Kind of. It was Mrs. Claus, who's also a magician that I know, and also my producer for all my shows. It's her group. She's a genius. She's
Yeah,
great
what's
at setting up shows.
the name of their group?
Binks.
Binks Entertainment. Yeah,
Binx, I
yeah,
believe.
yep.
Yes.
And I've seen so many of her shows.
Well, because also
She's the one who put on the Halloween thing we went to.
Yep.
Yeah, or not the Halloween. She's the one that put on the
one of
the
them.
Alice, the Malice.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, which was awesome.
Yes. So it's her group, and then she does drag, kind of like it's more of like a dance routine. Like she wears like different makeup
Yeah.
and wigs and stuff.
And then
but like
magic.
she's not a drag king. And then she's magic. For one of the biggest magicians in Iowa, she's an assistant, but also has her own magic.
Which is so fun. I fucking love magic.
I know it's so weird how much, but also you've
Like, even-
always loved it.
I know, like even now, like I don't consider myself like into that scene anymore. But anytime magic's on, I go,
Holy shit.
I love it.
I'm loving it now. I used to not,
If it's done well,
Yes.
because it's showmanship.
which is nice that we have some of the, like even the young magicians that I've worked with and that you've seen and met. It's so nice that
Oh, I know exactly. I can think of
Lucas,
Yeah,
yes.
Lucas,
He is
he's-
the best.
Oh, he's so
maybe
fucking
like
good, dude.
the greatest.
I love watching him, dude, because every time he does it, he does a trick that I've never seen
yeah.
before,
No, he does a new magic trick every act.
which is insane because that's so much prep work.
Yeah, and like they're weird too, and they're funny, and he
Definitely learns a
he's
trick.
19.
Yeah, he learns the trick
And
or
then
whatever it is, and then builds
later-
a story around
yeah,
it,
and then
that is
fills it with jokes.
It's just
yeah.
how it's the showmanship. Like
Yeah.
it's done so well.
No, he is next level.
But
But
he wasn't at the show, sadly.
right, yeah. No, I haven't seen him in a bit. I'm hoping to see him next week at another show I'm doing that you're going to, December 20th,
Yes, at the
Teehee's Comedy
He's
Club,
Comedy Club. Yep.
which will be a week after this comes out,
But
or a week before this comes out.
Yeah, so it's in the middle of this and then this.
Yeah.
At the same time. It's like Skirtingers podcast. Talk about it. And
Well, we can never promote anything because we always forget when things come out.
we're getting better.
Yeah, but there was still like your big event that you did where you
Oh, the
raised
children's
11
cancer thing?
Yeah,
that
charity.
Came out, that
Yeah.
came out way past it.
Yeah, like
And we were like promoting it.
like probably we were probably like 2 or 3 weeks late promoting.
Yeah, it's all right. Nobody listens to this.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't matter.
also fine. And you guys did what you needed to do.
Well, and also,
and I've done what
we
I
do-
needed to do.
We'll do charity next year.
Yeah.
And you'll do a Halloween or a holiday show next year.
Probably, yeah. So
So,
just remember.
Just remember, that's we're trying to plant the seed. So then in a year go, I remember they talked about that.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we had a drunk Santa who during prep, because I came in right after work. I remember I knocked on the door and he opened. He's like, "Oh, FedEx." I'm like, "Nope, I'm a performer." So he didn't even know who I was
You went straight from work.
to do like sound check and that
Okay.
kind of shit, or just to like run through. Which I never have any prep stuff, but she always asks that prep people come in.
Makes sense. And
Yeah.
it's just, I feel like it's just kind of good to just be there a little early just so you can
Yeah.
feel the lay of the land.
And also be like, "Hey, you got everything I need, right?" While
Yeah.
we're looking at each other. I dropped off some of my big props. But yeah, he didn't know who I was. And then when I came back later for showtime, he was shit-faced. She hired a drunk Santa who had to do improv comedy.
And I get it. He got drunk, but
He got
drunk before the show even started.
he got blasted. Where
And he was, I will say, he was
funny
He
during
was-
the first 2 bits, I'd say.
he was doing a good drunk Santa.
Because what the show started with was photos with Santa. And like he did great with that because no one was coming up. So he started like doing crowd work.
And he
bugging-
started picking on people. And
Yeah, which that was great. Everyone's super pumped about that. People would come up, take photos with him. It was great. Show started. He did the intro really well.
Yeah.
It was until it was my time to come up, and
That's when I noticed. I was like, ooh.
he's rough. Where
I did notice like he was reading a script for some of it.
which like obviously it's not. He was hired last minute. It's not ridiculous that he wasn't off script.
Yeah, even Amy was on script.
Right,
for
because she has a
little bit, just to-
clipboard. Because also she asked us all to write our intros.
Yeah,
so
and she reads it. Yeah, it's just like, so I was like, okay, good. But then also like he was throwing out one-liners, which was like, oh, that's what drunk Santa would do.
Yep.
So there was things where I was like,
We're on.
he's
It's great.
doing drunk Santa because he's drunk Santa,
Yeah.
like legit. But then there were things where I was like, he's actually drunk.
I was the 4th or 5th performer. I think I don't remember. 'Cause
Yeah, I
I
don't
was-
remember because you guys did 2 sets basically.
Yeah, because I was last of each set. So I would have been fifth.
I think.
If you
Yeah.
include her intro as a performance, which it kind of was.
I think so. Yeah.
Because she did a dance. Yeah. And he looked at the script very like cross-eyed and he was like, I think there's another performer. And then from the show, you hear the girl who's running it being like, yeah, what's his intro? And then he cannot read it.
Yeah, he
at this
couldn't
point.
read it.
So all he goes is like, Jacob the Freak. And then I was like, well, fuck, I guess that's when I walk off.
So as an audience member, I'll tell you what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was part of the drunkenness, stupidness.
Oh,
of it.
really? No, I wrote an intro because
I mean, it
also-
does make sense now that it's seeing it. Playing it back, I go, oh, he was just fucking an idiot.
couldn't do anything. Yeah.
But as an audience member that didn't know what was going on, I was like, oh, He's drunk Santa, and he's
moved,
announced. Yeah,
it moved the story along. Kind of
did, but also
except for the fact that every person who performed had to be a character. And so for my first act, I was Jacob the Red-Nosed Freak, where my normal name is just Jacob the Freak.
Yeah.
And so I do a Rudolph character because that's like the freak show of the
Which
North
is cool,
Pole.
yeah.
Yeah. And like during the act, because we'll show little like clips from this.
We got some clips and photos we'll put up.
Is I'll put a nail in my nose that has a little red light up attachment.
Which is really cool.
I think it's like a bike safety thing is what I bought it off of. Because there's a little magnet on the end that when you pull off is when it lights up. So that's how I keep it from that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And yeah, during that show, I also, because the only other Christmas thing I did for that one is I stapled Christmas lights to myself.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I'm still a
you
little
can visually
sore.
see.
Yeah, I'm still bruised from it.
These
are the lights.
These are the lights.
that I stapled.
All right, that's how
we decorated our studio today.
with his blood.
Yeah, if you're not looking on YouTube, we have a little fireplace that we always have, and I mixed it with the Christmas lights that I stapled.
Yeah, and if you don't
myself.
watch this on YouTube, I highly recommend because our set's usually different every time. So
I take great care in that.
that's what Jacob does for the pod.
A lot of I also bought the studio it's in.
It's a house that he lives in. It's his open. It's his fucking. I can see his shoe rack. It's the front room.
Well, I paid for the intern.
True.
He's unpaid, but I had to own him.
And he doesn't have a nose anymore.
No,
And he's fucked up.
He's seen better days. Anyways, yeah. So that's, and then I doubt we even have video of this because I think the videographer knew not to videotape this, but Santa during the second act, I don't remember when this happened, kind of like, it was like a set change kind of thing for one of the performers. And he didn't have anything to do. So he decided to stand up, wander onto stage, and give a little speech.
Yeah.
Which
I do remember this speech.
This was
I was a little bit drunk at this point too.
So you probably enjoyed it a little bit. You thought it was funny and like whatever. But
Yeah.
us backstage were like,
what is he doing?
well, we're like, all right, he's talking. And then he goes like, the idea of Santa's a little fucked up. I give the kids candy. I give them presents just so they like me. Santa's kind of a pedophile. And the moment he said the word pedophile, we were all like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He is not allowed to have a microphone. Like, holy fuck, this is bad.
Yeah,
just saying that word, because like it was an adult only crowd, so we were allowed to like
Cuss
make jokes and shit, and like I was bleeding and I was like picking on people, and we were and a lot of us were making like little sexual jokes.
But the fact that he was a guy playing Santa, Santa wouldn't say that about himself.
People left. A couple of people left.
Did they really?
Yep.
I think I giggled because I was like, I mean, it is funny,
But it's also so awkward
what
that
are
you're
you
like,
saying?
holy shit, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's doing like
dude?
improv stand up for no reason.
Yeah, and like it wasn't in the script, and like I wonder who it was between, because I doubt that's in my show notes. It's like when that happened.
No, I think it just he randomly
He did it.
Well,
we were probably like setting up.
and then Amy was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, because I was with her and her boyfriend, who was the Christmas tree.
Yeah, who did a great job.
And yeah, he's always just the best helper, and we were all just like, "Oh shit," because we were in like one.
I wouldn't say that's the worst thing that happened.
What would you say is the worst thing that happened?
This happened in between shows. This is right. I don't know where you were, but I remember watching this. It happened in between shows. Right.
So, are you saying in between shows, as in the variety show ended?
Yeah, the variety show ended.
Okay, because then after the show, we had a hypnotist.
A hypnotist who's also
one of the best one of the best magicians I've ever met.
He performs at Adventureland, which is like our local amusement park here.
He's incredible. Yes.
Dude, he's been doing it for 20 plus years, right?
More than that. Yeah.
Fucking so good at what he does.
The best. Yeah. All right. So what
But
happened?
in between the sets,
Okay.
the Santa comes up, but he has his beard pulled down, so he's Santa but not Santa.
Yeah.
And he's like, I shouldn't be saying this, but like I've had too much to drink. So then he talks about like what his role is in Adventureland. He said
On stage or just to you?
on stage. He sings into a microphone to the crowd that's listening.
Wait, what?
I'm not kidding, dude. I remember this. I was drunk, but I do remember this because I was like, what are you saying?
This was after the show ended.
This is after the variety show. They're getting prepped for the hypnotist show.
And he's on stage. I do not remember this at all. I was probably in my little cool down.
Yeah, he was talking
area.
about like I shouldn't be saying this, but like I do this role for Adventureland. He works at Adventureland.
Okay.
He has a super high role, and then he's talking about like he knows this hypnotist for so long, and he's like, this guy's so like he was like propping him up, but also like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
People paid for the tickets. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, and he just kept going because he didn't know what to do.
I did not know this
and
happened.
I was just like,
Go home.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No.
And he was like literally in a half Santa like attire. It was weird, dude.
Because the day after the show, he sent out an apology text to all of us, being like, hey guys, I barely slept. This is what happened. And he was like, while I was on stage, I was basically just screaming for help. I'm like, why'd you get up there, dude?
Yeah, what the heck?
Because out of respect, I won't like list him or like say his exact quote. But still,
he was hired as a drunk Santa, and like it was like a last minute
he
thing.
took it to heart. Good Lord. But like we had a drunk Santa last year who was a like comedian. Like,
so it was perfect.
Like a local.
And I'm sure they were casually drinking.
Even if. Yeah.
But
because drunk
he
Santa
legit got drunk.
No, because drunk Santa should be a role. Like it should be a character of like, oh, I'm gonna act drunk, because also acting drunk and being drunk are so different.
Way different. He was a legit drunk Santa.
Yeah.
And maybe he misread the role he got hired in.
I think he read it too exactly.
Yeah, he's like, drunk.
Got it.
Satan? He couldn't read it, right?
Yeah. Oh, so what did you think of my second act twist where instead of coming out as my original character, I came out as Die Hard?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers! What's going on?
I fucking loved it.
I was super pumped about it.
It was so good. Yeah, dude, the freaking glass made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, because a part of it is I walk on broken glass because the way I'm trained is I kind of know how to do it, which is a big act in Die Hard. The shitty thing is I still have glass in my foot.
That's because the
2
audience
weeks later,
the audience was reacting so hard and you just went into it.
And so I just kept
he was jumping
and like doing my little
jumping and twisting in broken glass on his feet, because every time we would jump, the crowd goes and he goes, "Oh, you like that?"
And because
you're
I think
a crowd pleaser, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, you like
the
that?
thing is, I don't feel pain on stage. I feel pain for the rest of the month, but that's it. It's like my hands finally healed from the animal trap.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah,
fucking
we'll put a bunch of little clips of what I do in here. I like knowing that in this podcast, when I mention like glass breaking, then it'll cut to just sounds of broken glass and me yelling on stage.
And the funny part is like most people just listen to this and they just go, "What the fuck?"
Cool. Yeah. So this is the explanation. And when I said hand trap, you'll hear a trap going off in my
Dude,
hand.
the hand trap is the worst.
Yeah.
Because it's not even.
Well, because also I started the act of stapling Christmas lights to my
See, that
body
one's
too.
fine. I can watch that one, but the hand trap is just terrible.
Because it might just eventually it will completely break my hand.
Eventually, it's gonna ruin you, dude.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, because I'll break my.
Because it's
my
like
knuckle.
literally like, oh, it's so. It takes your entire body to set it,
Fucking sucks.
and it's just like, it's just uncomfortable to
so
watch.
like if
dude.
I do like fun shows, like
You won't do that one.
well, like if I'm not paid to do something and it's like an okay crowd, I won't do hand trap and I won't do glass walking just because those will ruin my week.
Yeah, because of the lasting effects.
Yeah, like sometimes if I just walked on glass, I'd be fine. It's the jumping
it's
and the
showmanship,
scooting.
and especially if the crowd is like going, "What?"
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, I'll just because also I need to take up more time because she always like hires me for like 15 minutes. I do like 10.
And yeah, and that's with you doing commentary and moving slowly in between,
Because that's why I like having another person up on stage with me,
so someone else can kind of like freelance and crowd
and also
work.
take me out of it. Where, because I'll do the stunt.
Oh, okay. So
I'll do
like
the
you'll
stunt
be
no matter
distracted
what.
by doing like a bit or something.
Yes,
Okay. I
and
get what
that's
you're saying.
really helpful.
I get what you're saying.
Because I'm trying to think of what else happened during this show to like comment on.
I really enjoyed it. I
know
think the show was great. The
went great.
hypnotism was awesome.
Hypnotism throws me off because
Dude, it throws me off too.
I didn't think I believed in it.
I
but
don't know, dude.
This time I kind of did. Because like doing like high school hypnotists, like during like after prom and shit, that one seems like it's people playing into it. This one seems so different.
That's because he's so good at what he does.
Well, because also he tells, so there was like 8 people on stage, right? He tells each person, when I say this word, you'll do this. And then goes to the next person like.
And such a long drawn out thing.
And like when I say this, you'll do something different. Like, because there was one guy where like every time he asks like, hey, what do you do? He's like, I'll do this. And then he changes position completely. And it was so confusing. And like because I asked my producer who's also works with him, like, hey, is this real? And she's like, yeah, we have to have different insurance because of it.
I think
That is what really made it for me.
I don't believe in it myself. And the fact that I don't believe in it myself means that I can't be hypnotized. I think it's one of those things where you have to be open to it. And it reminds me a lot of like meditation.
Sure.
And like things where it's like if you
Shutting your brain off.
if you're
like that.
willing to let yourself, because he literally has the music and he has like the breathing techniques and he has the things.
He
to, like,
knows the voice.
the slow and the crowd is silent.
Yes.
Which is insane because it was a
Rowdy crowd.
rowdy crowd at 11 p.m. on a Friday.
Because you think the last thing that crowd saw was me getting hit with a sledgehammer.
And then at some point in the show, after they were hypnotized, he's like, I want you to make all the noise they can, and none of them moved or reacted. Or
because what threw me,
that's just like his way of being they're asleep. And I'm like, how do you? I'm like very intrigued because it's like, can you make me fall asleep that fast?
Or like, can you make me do anything? Could you legitimately make me hurt myself? I'm always curious about that.
I don't know about that because maybe subconscious is involved. But
I don't know.
But I don't know, dude. That's because at this point I feel like he's hypnotizing you into he's removed your free will.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
which is spooky.
It feels like that's part of it. Because the thing that got me is he listed 8 different things out and then started the second show kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so he'd say something and like person number 3 would chime in. And then something he responds to them with
is what inspired someone else.
Like person number 6 has to lay down
There's so much
now.
stuff to memorize.
And also none of them are smiling or laughing.
And they're doing ridiculous stuff. That's the thing where I'm like, dude, these are random people that
I don't think I could break. Or I think I would have to break.
Because we knew someone that was up there that was fucking fully committing and it was like, I don't think you would commit like that.
And like also like, well, because there's a few people up there that we knew. Because the one guy who like went way in.
Yeah.
He's not a performer. He's the friend, or not the friend. He's the boyfriend of our burlesque friend.
Yeah.
And like he's
just like
he's there to support her, and that's it basically.
And then
like,
he got hypnotized and was fucking laying and posing on the stage
and like doing sleigh bell shit. Yeah, I don't get it. It might be fucking real.
I think it is. I think it's real because they go through the whole stage of you bring people up and then they narrow it down. So if I were to go up there, I would be cut.
Probably
because I wouldn't be willing to let you got to be willing to let yourself go.
Because
you know what I mean?
Because my thing is like after a freak show performance, personally, I wouldn't be comfortable being that silly and loose in front of people, not doing my thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if that means
you know what 100% what you're doing.
Yeah. So that means if I was up there and I did get hypnotized and I went all in, that wouldn't be me. And I feel like that's how other people think too. Well, is they're not necessarily up there to do the silliest thing possible. It's they're curious if this will work.
But they're just doing what he tells them to do, and sometimes it's just normal shit.
But like it's still
it's always. I mean, obviously it's humorous because it's a show, but
right. But also it's that groggy, exaggerated thing, and they're leaning on each other. Because I only caught one person laughing.
Really? Mm-hmm. And were they there the whole time?
Yes. So I think they were like half in it, or maybe they got out of it and stayed in it. But like because there was like 4 people we were really watching,
and they were out.
Like holy shit!
You could just tell when you look at their face, you're out.
And then when I talked to one when they came down, he's like, "I don't fucking know what happened."
Yeah, he's like,
there.
dude, I legit like fell asleep. Like,
yeah,
it's like that's fucking kind of scary if you think about it.
Yeah, the idea
of
the fact
that he can just go and you wake. He goes, when I snap my fingers, you'll wake up.
Because also the guy we were hanging out with was told like, you can't get up when I snap. Yeah. And then he fucking couldn't.
And he couldn't. And everyone else left the stage and he was stuck in his chair. Dude.
And he was confused. Because also, I feel like I'd be so mad in that confused state. Because like, if you wake me up and I'm confused and like kind of groggy,
then you're on a stage,
I would be so mean, you know?
But no, he was, I think the fact that they kind of like meditate, calm you down before you go to sleep.
Maybe.
And then I don't know. It's just a weird, fascinating thing, but it's fucking.
I don't get it.
I've seen this guy do hypnotist so much though, because like
really?
I grew up, going to Adventureland
and watching
like,
his
dude,
show. The best.
He's so good at hypnotism and he's so good at magic. He's just so good at like a stage performer.
Yeah.
Persona. Like it's just so fun to watch because I'm like, dude, you're good at what you do.
Yeah, because I do consider him one of my like modern mentors.
God, he is
the best,
and this is what he does for a living, which is insane.
Because last show he does a routine where he's doing like kind of like, where do you think the ball is? Is it in my hand or whatever? And like, very
traditional magic.
And like, but it'll be a really long.
We did a magic show last year.
What? No, this was during the last performance with this group I had.
Oh, okay.
And after the show, he was like, "Can you believe I make a living doing this shit?" And I was like, "Did I just stapled my face to another person?" And the crowd laughed. And that's what I'm doing.
And I drive for FedEx.
Yeah, right, yeah.
and he's just going on stage lying to people.
Yeah, because he was like throwing balls over a girl's head, making her look stupid. And he does like a weird bird routine. Like, he's a weird performer too, because also he'll send us like stuff. And it's from the 90s. I'm like, oh yeah, you've been doing this
for a long time.
Like, there's a reason you're the best.
Because this is what he does all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But it's still so
I don't
cool.
get it.
It's so cool.
I mean, I don't really get magic either. Like, some of them I do, but not all of them.
What do you mean?
Like, of how, because our other young magician friend, Lucas, who we mentioned, he'll often tell me how he does everything, because I think he gets a lot of kick out of being like, look how smart I am of how I figured this out.
And even when he tells you,
not like ego-wise, but as in like, isn't this cool?
it is so cool. That's
Yeah.
that's why I love magic and everything about it. But even when he tells you you're confused,
Him, I get. It's just the idea of watching other performers who they haven't explained it to me, where I'm like, I truly don't know how the
I'm
fuck
so
you
fascinated
did that.
by magic that I'm always looking for how they do it, but not in a be like gotcha. It's like a cool.
Appreciation, yeah.
And then when they do the trick, even if I don't figure it out, or if I do figure it out, I'm like, damn, that was cool.
Because they're so good at it.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird thing. After every freak show I do, I'll get two kinds of people. People who are like, how did you do that? I'm like, or like, what's the trick? I'm like, it's exactly how everything looks. I'm just,
This is real blood.
I just know
Touch my face,
I know how to do it. Yeah. God, I was fucking dripping so much
dude.
blood.
It looked great though.
I felt so because we're at a club, like we're at a comedy club. They're not built to have blood, because like if I went to a bar and I saw blood dripping on the floor, I'd be like, that's gross.
This is a comedy club.
And I'm barefoot, bleeding out of my foot and my face and my chest. And
Yeah,
I
but
feel
you and baby girl were bleeding on your face, and I went,
So
that's
much.
fucking cool though.
we were bleeding a lot.
But it
though.
looked so cool.
I know. I always feel bad about that though.
They're willing to do it.
I guess, but like also like they have a carpet. I don't want to bleed all over it. I'm also barefoot, so I don't want to get infected.
This is a paid adults only show,
I know.
and you're part of the crew, so obviously they know what they're getting into.
Yes, and they've used me for promotion of shows I'm not even in. They did that a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, just they showed like a video of you doing something, or
They used me for their promo photo for a variety show last month. And
really?
and then
For
I
no
got,
shame?
yeah, and then
And you weren't even in it.
one of the people who run it tagged me in it. And I was like, hey, they know I'm not in this, right?
Was it because you have like, is it the nail photo?
Yeah, and also I had hair in the photo, so it meant it was a very old photo of me.
Hey, you don't. That's the whole thing. You don't know what you're gonna get.
I know.
So it's like he shows up. You don't have hair.
Huh?
Hey, it's a variety
Who
show.
knows? Ah,
Gotcha.
I do want to get another wig just for fun.
I think you should.
It's like, because the idea of it falling off halfway through the show, like if I do straight jacket escape, where that like pulls
Dude.
so hard on this.
Yeah, because you're like whipping your head, and then all of a
Well,
sudden
and
it
also
whips
when
up.
you're like pulling it off, if like I also just grab my hair while I
Dude,
did that'd
would
be so funny.
So funny. Obviously, the people that have seen you before will know.
Yeah,
But just I wanted someone to go, what the fuck?
especially if
Like,
I
want, like-
if I grow out my sides a little bit, so I do have some hair on the sides.
and you'd rip it off, and it's dude,
And-
it would be so good.
So I have like the full horseshoe bald dude look,
It would be so good.
because that's the look I hate.
I know,
the-
but that would add more
It'd
to
be
it
so
because it's like
funny.
embarrassment, but you did it on purpose.
yeah, because also when I did the chainsaw act, I thought it'd be funny if like it like just swung above my head
And got
then,
caught in the chainsaw.
Not like caught, but where like
That would be cool if it did, but that'd be so scary.
right where if it just swung above my head and then like I moved my hand over and tore it off like it was
Jesus
like the
Christ,
chainsaw. Yeah,
You just cut your own hair off. You scalp
I don't
yourself.
have hair. Yeah,
It's worth looking into, dude.
yeah. I think because also I can get like a much cheaper wig than the one I wore for 2 years.
It was only supposed to last 6 months.
Yeah. I can get one that's like supposed to last like a month and only wear it during shows.
For
like
special occasions.
one of those tape-on ones, so it's like literally just so disposable.
Dude,
They look good though. Still,
I know, because it's made with real hair.
it's it's weird.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so funny if you did an act and it's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want someone in the crowd to go,
What?
what? That's my favorite part, when people react and go, what?
When it's one person reacting completely on their own.
Yeah, just like they couldn't, like their body couldn't stop themselves from saying it out loud.
Because I remember the time that happened, and you laughed so hard because it was at a variety show.
I feel so bad for doing this
Because
but
the-
it's so funny.
Because it was a woman who, this was like an open mic night for her. She wasn't like, I don't think she was like doing stand up all the time. And she was in a wheelchair. I remember it was her husband was close to me who was supporting her filming the whole thing.
Filming the thing, yeah.
And then she wheeled herself up on stage. And then to start her set, she goes, man, am I glad I brought a chair since there was very few left. And then some guy in the audience just goes,
What? Because the funny thing is, there was
a
open
ton-
chairs everywhere.
Yeah, like it was probably like a half full crowd, but she had this joke prepped, which like not a horrible joke. It's fine.
It's a great joke, and I think it would have been great, but you got to know the venue you're at when people look around and there's a chair empty next to you and you. And just the fact that someone went, what?
Because it's the pause before they thought about it enough.
He goes, what? And that was her opening joke.
And then did a decent set.
A decent set, but like, dude, that but
start
just that reaction made me laugh the hardest I've ever laughed that entire night.
Because I don't remember what she did to that. Because
No.
she didn't like answer him at all.
No, she just kept going because I think she
Yeah.
had like jokes on her phone or something.
Yeah.
But like, it was like, that's awesome. I love when you get that raw reaction.
Of just a confused person.
Just someone like their body just went, what?
Like he didn't mean to say it to the room either.
No, just the room was dead silent because
and he said it to the person next to him, probably.
yeah, the entire room heard it, and it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. We do have to go back to Christmas though,
Yes, we do.
because this is the Christmas special.
A very moist Christmas.
Damn it, my drink's almost empty.
I know. I have to open the beer.
You've never had Shiner Sugar before.
No, this is my first smell or taste. I smelled it
What-
first, so that threw me off.
What's
Yeah.
your smell of it though?
Good, fruitier than I expected.
Yeah,
Because you said it was a fruitier drink,
It's a lager, dude. Okay, it's just
so you can add a lot in.
yeah. You're gonna go. That's unique.
Oh no, I love that.
Oh,
Holy
you do?
shit,
Okay.
that's great. That's
Yeah.
like really good pear flavor.
Yeah, it's
Peaches and
pecans.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
A lot of people I show this beer to, they go because it is unique. But doesn't it taste like
I love that.
Doesn't it taste like the holidays?
No, I love that.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
It's fucking so good. Shiner Cheer. They put out a bunch of Shiner. Dude, what's crazy is Shiner is a small town in Texas, and so their
Oh.
brewery is called Shiner.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
Because they have like 2 beers that they
they
put
put
out,
out a
right?
Shiner Bock that's available throughout the year, and it's a very good generic beer. And then they put out a bunch of like seasonal stuff.
No, this is great.
They put out a Shiner S'more for the Christmas time a while back that was decent.
yeah.
But like the Shiner Cheer was like that's
They
like
know what they're
the
doing,
Christmas
yeah.
beer.
No, that's fucking great.
Yeah, I love that beer.
Because that's also
It's just a nice easy drinker.
also the only like festive beer I can think of that isn't like a stout,
Yeah.
especially for like
This
Christmas.
is like a good like for the masses like you know,
Anyone would like that flavor probably. Because like
I tried giving it to my cousin like at Thanksgiving and he's like 21.
I don't really
he's
get the
21
pecan.
now.
Okay.
So like he's into drinking, but like I don't know if he's into
Nah,
drinking.
yeah.
So like I gave it to him and he didn't like the flavor. And I was
That's
like,
a good
I
flavor,
get
though.
it because you're just drinking to get drunk.
right. Well, I mean, like think about when we were 21.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we drank.
I don't know because I think I've always kind of been into
You weren't into
Shiner
craft beer
Cheer.
though.
I think I was into like, I mean, back then I think I was buying like 312 Goose Island.
Probably.
That's
yeah.
like introduction craft beer.
That's like when I would do like only Ruthies. Yeah.
Ruthies are good though,
I always forget Ruthies are local.
Yeah.
That like not everyone knows. It's just a normal golden lager.
but it's really good by Exile.
Beer
This
is
is a pretty
a
good,
solid beer.
yeah. It just is what it is.
It's a safe bet. Same with like 312s were a safe bet.
Yeah, and those are well distributed. Like those are good because you can find them at like gas stations and stuff,
Yeah.
shit like that. But going back to Christmas,
Yes.
what is like? Do you have like a favorite Christmas memory or favorite Christmas gift or like a favorite Christmas anything Christmas related
So,
besides like movies?
so when I was a kid, there is one Christmas memory or like present that I remember that I especially loved. And there's a photo of me like sleeping with it.
Ooh,
And
sexy.
Because this had to have been when I lived in Cedar Rapids.
Damn. So you were okay. You were young.
I was like 4 or 5.
Damn, okay.
Because I lived in Germany for like 3 to 4 years and then Cedar Rapids for 1 year.
And then Des Moines.
Yes. And I don't know if we like spent 1 or 2 Christmases in Cedar Rapids. Granted, we would have gone back a lot. We always went back for Christmas.
Oh, okay. So it could have
Until,
been
like-
when you went back.
I don't think it was though. I think that's when I lived there.
Okay.
And it was this Spider-Man and Venom toys.
Hell yeah. From like Spider-Man 3, I think, right?
No.
Oh,
this
it was just
way
random?
before this. That.
Oh, okay.
This was like cartoons.
Okay.
No, so I was like 5.
I'm trying to think because Spider-Man
Spider-Man-
and Venom, Spider-Man 3 came out like 2008 probably, but it feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
So I can
No,
remember.
so
This
this
is
was,
like
like-
97. Okay.
Probably like 2000.
Okay, dude.
I would bet 2000. Oh, I wonder if I can find a picture of these actually, because they were probably like a 1.5 feet tall, and they had this weird trigger thing with 4 buttons on the back that you
What?
could plug into their back. So
What?
So they were a normal toy. They didn't have elbow or knee grooves, but they had like arm
Yeah, and
grooves, so they
legs.
could do like this, and I think their head could turn. and they were like a foot and a half tall, so way bigger than any of my other toys. I had a lot of toys as a kid, but they were always the generic like that tall.
So it was like a robot?
It was bigger. And there was this thing you could plug into their back that had 4 buttons, maybe just 2 buttons. I can't remember. And so like the top 2 would do like left arm, right arm, where they would swing up.
Oh my God.
So you could like make them kind of box. They weren't like Rock'em Sock'em robots.
But it's kind of. I get what you're saying, where
So,
you can kind of make them do the motions.
I mean, just their arms
Yeah.
that swing. So I guess I feel like their legs were too swift to swing like that.
Yeah, because how would they stand up?
Yeah, because
To me, it was just the arms you could move.
maybe, yeah, and it was just 2 buttons. Because I know there was a thing you could plug into their back because they didn't always have that. So I could like
That's
just use,
weird.
So I could use them as normal toys.
And then just add that.
Yeah, because I remember those. Because there's a photo of me sleeping with them, and
that's-
also I had those for
that's-
probably 10 years.
That's really fucking cool, dude.
And those like, and they were just the same size, and they're Spider-Man and Venom. They got me the set, and they were fucking
Hell yeah.
sick. I need to look for those
But
actually.
like the design and everything was based on the Spider-Man cartoon.
Probably.
That's really cool.
Which I watched as a kid.
Yeah, which
and
was
like I also
cool.
read comics as a kid, so I was into like comic book shit.
Dude, I've never even seen that.
nope. And
Dude, I think toys back in the day were so much cooler.
they were way better.
They were so cool.
Because something I fucking hate about toys now, it's like it'll be a normal toy, not even like a shitty toy. It'll be like a branded toy. And like, let's say it's just like a normal superhero, but they'll be holding something and then you like pinch their legs and then they move that thing. And that's fucking it. That's
Yeah.
what you do with them.
Yeah.
When all you fucking need to do is give them arm and elbow grooves so you can position them and fight them out how you want.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. It's
don't-
cool when they come with a signature move, but make them do both.
Make them still adjustable and shit.
That's
yeah.
why like G.I. Joe and shit was cool.
Yep,
Because
G.I.
you
Joe.
But they came with.
They were too big though.
They were massive.
Because I had a few.
But like I think because of the price to make them, they had to make
Probably,
them.
yeah.
But
Pretty
like
easy.
it was nice to be able to move them. But even small, you could buy smaller action figures and
No, so, like-
that had movable arms and legs.
Yeah, 'cause
not
mo-
elbows, but you could still fight.
I would say most of all of my toys had at least shoulder movement.
Yeah.
Probably half of them had elbow movement.
Damn, that way you could put them in fights, dude. That's
And,
what
like-
you did as a kid. It's called imagination.
Because I would have like 100 action figures and make them all just like I would pick size
Jesus.
and about. I had a shit ton, and then one day I got rid of 80% of them because I was
You
like,
just sold them.
no, throw them away.
You threw them away.
Because I was like, I'm too big for them. And then like 2 months later, I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, you just threw them
And
away.
I only had like 20 left of my favorites. I was like, holy shit. Because I used to have a fucking tub of them.
God,
and
that
they
would
were
be so cool to still have.
awesome. And they were so fucking cool. I probably only have like 2 or 3 left, even if that.
That sucks, dude.
I had such a good toy collection.
But like back in the day, you didn't know.
No.
You were just like, what's the newest and coolest thing?
Well, also, I was like, I'm old. I have an Xbox 360. I have a PS3.
I don't need action figures.
Yeah. And
There's video games.
Yeah, luckily I never got, because I think my parents would have stopped me if I was like, I'm gonna throw away my Legos or like Hot Wheels. We kept all those.
Okay,
at
good,
least.
because those still are fucking fun.
Yeah, like you can give them to a kid now, you can give them to me now, and I'll love them.
dude, I could play with Legos. I love.
I fucking bought her Legos for Christmas.
Real. Mm-hmm. You think she'll like them?
Yes, so they're,
Do you think she'll have enough patience to finish it?
I don't know. So
This comes out after Christmas, so we'll find out.
yeah, so it's gonna be my New Year's Eve present to her. So I'm hoping she'll build one. They're Lego. Fuck, what are they called? Like, what are those little plants that are hard to kill? Not hibiscus.
Oh, fuck! I know what you're talking about.
Like little
it's like
cacti.
aloe plants and like it's like shit that you don't have to water.
Yeah.
but it's made out of Legos.
Their Lego version, and there's like 5 of them, and it was in a box. It was because she always told me she loves like Lego flower things.
Dude, I
and
didn't
this
even know
is
they
even
made those.
Better, yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Fuck, what is the name of those though? But you know what I'm talking about. Because I have a fake one upstairs that I thought was real and watered for years.
It's gonna be so frustrating because when I edit and re-listen to this
You'll know.
episode,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's a succubus.
That's what it is.
Yep. You just gotta should have put myself in that. I just should have put myself in that, and I figured it out.
Yeah.
Succubus, succulent. It's a succulent. I said
Yep.
succubus.
Yep,
That's
succubus
that's a song. It's a
also
leech. It's a leech.
no, it's a female demon that fucks you till you die.
I mean, sucks you till you die. But,
Yeah.
succulent.
No, man,
That's fucking cool as
yeah,
shit,
like a
dude.
fucking 5 set of them too.
That'd be kind of fun to build too.
I think because I think it'll be simple.
And then you can just have them,
around. Yeah, it
around.
would be a little decoration. Yeah,
and then you know for a fact
just like them.
you don't have to water them.
Yep, and we'll have one here.
Because sometimes
eventually.
when I have succulents, I go, "How long has it been since I've watered?"
No,
it?"
we have a few that have died in the other room.
It takes a while for them to die.
I know.
So
And that's how bad we
I go, how long has it been? Probably too long.
Yeah.
because I never think about it. But it's always like, but I'm drinking coffee right now. You like coffee though? No, I'm just kidding. I don't feed him coffee. I pour water in him.
All right. Do you have a favorite Christmas present that you've gotten? So I'm trying to think of other really good ones, but like
I think I have a few that I can think of, but the first one that comes to my mind is when I discovered Santa wasn't real.
This was going to be a topic I had for you later because I'm curious since you were the oldest sibling.
Yeah.
And I'm the youngest sibling.
So you probably found out a different way.
Yeah, we have very different.
I found out by accident.
Ooh. All right, let's hear about that.
So it was when I lived in Sioux City.
Oh.
And it was
How
when I
old
was
were you?
kindergarten.
Fuck, that sucks.
It must have been kindergarten or like, yeah, because I think we recently moved after that. So I think I was kindergarten. I never thought about how old I was now till you asked me. Because I was in first grade at Fair Meadows in Des Moines. So it must have been first grade or earlier. It had to have been.
Because I was probably like 4th grade.
So I remember my family, I was an only kid. My mom had recently gotten married. So it was just me and my stepdad and my mom. And it was like Christmas Eve. And they were like, hey, it's time to go to bed. So I went to bed. And I woke up in the middle of the night. And I was like, hey, I'm thirsty. Let me wake up and go downstairs and get some water.
Okay. On Christmas Eve?
I was thirsty, dude.
Jesus.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not like trying to figure out that it's a secret.
It's still like Christmas. You think you would think
have you
about
seen
it.
the movies where you run into Santa?
That's fair.
So it's like,
That is dangerous.
What if Santa's down there? No, but I came downstairs and my parents were still wrapping presents. And they wait till the very last. So we don't even have. That's what's frustrating about when I grew up. We never had a tree full of presents. They would wrap like almost everything the night of. Doesn't that suck?
So, because what we did growing up.
Because they would wait till last minute to shop. That's why.
Okay. Because we had.
I love seeing the tree with presents.
So my parents got us some presents. They got us like the good stuff. And then on Christmas Day, there'd be in a different wrapping paper, Santa's presents.
Yeah. They did both, but it was always the night before.
Okay. I'm glad they at least did both because that's wild when parents forget to be like, so the kids are like, you didn't get us anything? I'm like, oh, I guess Santa only got you shit.
Oh, they always made the handwriting different.
Yep, mine too.
And which is very distinct handwriting. It's just jagged. But I remember going down to get water and sitting on the dining room table in N64. And I was like, I like that.
So that probably your first grade because I got that in kindergarten.
But I remember going back to bed and then waking up. And one of the first gifts, I remember the wrapping paper saying from Santa, and I opened it and said it was an N64. And I was like so happy in the moment that I didn't question it. But then when I was looking back, I'm like, wait a second.
But also to be fair, the Nintendo 64
was badass.
Maybe the best gift I've ever received. It wasn't a Christmas gift for me.
What's so weird is I got that from Santa.
Yeah.
But then like that's the last thing I remember getting good from Santa ever.
Did your parents get you Nintendo 64 gifts?
My parents were notorious for being like, they would give me games.
Yeah.
And
or
we
games,
like,
yeah.
Like I remember like one year for my birthday opening like a PS2 game and going like, I don't have a PS2. And they go, oh, I thought you did. Sorry.
And then
the big gift was the PS2. And I'm like,
so they didn't even like know what was wrapped.
No, they did this multiple times. Like a 360. I got a 360 game.
And
then
they were
like
360.
And then they were like,
oh wait, no,
here's the shared gift you and your brother have to share.
Wonder what it
Xbox
is.
360. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I had to buy my own in college. Because he's 10 years younger than me. I wasn't allowed to leave with it. But I remember that N64, and then I played the fuck out of it, dude. Even though I shit on the N64 now.
I don't get how you do. 64 is probably
sucks,
my second favorite console overall after GameCube.
So many better consoles.
All right, maybe PS2, GameCube, 64. What would you?
You're stuck in that era, dude.
Yeah, it's the best era. What is your top Is it not PS2?
PS2 is no, Gen 6 is the best era of games, but N64 was Gen 5.
Yeah.
N64 was like PS1.
Right, no, and 64 is way better than PS1 and original Xbox. I'm saying PS2, maybe the best, but GameCube at least had its exclusives.
I love PS2. Well, Gen 6 is PS2.
GameCube 360?
Original Xbox.
Really?
And Dreamcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's Gen 6. And isn't that awesome?
The fuck is Dreamcast doing in there?
That's where it was. Dreamcast was the first to come out of those four.
Well, yeah.
$9,999.
It feels way older, yeah.
That's because it got discontinued 2 years later.
Makes sense. I'm still looking for this big Spider-Man.
But the N64 was so cool when I was a kid because I played like all the Star Wars games like Shadows of the Empire. I played episode 1 Pod Racers.
Yep.
Dude, that game was dope.
Still great. I almost
Still.
bought a 64 game today.
Really?
It's because I saw a TikTok about this game.
Oh my God.
Where it was like a weird bowling game and it's supposed to be horrible. And then I saw it at Jay's today. I was like, fuck, I kind of want that.
It's probably terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I just got you a new game last week.
I know. And it's terrible. It's not terrible. It's a
and
Tetris
by
game.
new, I mean news in the title. The new Tetris.
And it's fine. It's a Tetris game.
It's fun. You still trying to find the Spider-Man?
Yeah, I am. I looked up the wrong thing. Oh, shit. No, this is it.
You found it?
Yep. Oh, come on. Give me... Do they not have the back thing?
Dude.
So they're that big.
Damn, those are freaking huge, dude.
So they're punching and kicking. Yeah, and they have that little thing in the back.
Oh, so it was
so
a
it's two
squeeze. It's a
triggers. Yeah,
squeezable.
it's not boxes,
Okay, so
yeah.
that's cool. So you can actually hold it. So they are kind of like Rock'em Sock'em.
Yeah, they
Because you
are.
hold the trigger. Dude, that's fucking cool, dude.
We'll post photos while we talk about this.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so that's what it was. And they are selling for $40. Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
So 1998.
98.
Did we come home from Germany for this? For this Christmas?
I mean, it might have been your first Christmas in Cedar Rapids.
Maybe.
I guess you're 95, so you would have been.
Maybe 3 years?
I mean, Christmas of 98 that's the end of 98.
So I'd be 2.5 or 3.5.
You should be 3.5.
Okay, then maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so then
So yeah, maybe that was my first Christmas in America.
that's fucking cool, though.
Great gift. And I remember it. I remember like,
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen those before in my life.
they're sick.
They look fucking really cool.
Oh yeah, so since you guys do a lot of weird game hunting, if you look for those, I'll honestly buy those from you.
Dude, I bet those are one of those things where it's like
Really hard
to find. And then if you do find them, they're worth $40.
Right. Yeah. Because I had those forever though.
Especially to find them in good shape, probably. Because I'm sure kids beat the fuck out of them.
Because they were big enough that you'd throw them around.
That's what I liked. Like back in the day, like toys were like made to last.
Yeah.
Like I had like so many, I don't even know what they're called. Like they might have been like Fisher Price or stuff, but they were sets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I had a cowboy set,
Okay.
and it was like a whole like arena where it was a cowboy town.
Were they like Lego-esque or
No,
what?
this is a pre-built thing that
Okay.
had trap doors and fake things in it, and it
Okay.
came with a bunch of characters. And I had one for like a different set.
Sure.
I don't remember, but I remember the old country style one, the cowboy one, because there was like a town square, town store or whatever, and then a bunch of other businesses attached.
Okay.
It was all one set, and literally you could have battles where like you could throw somebody and they would fall through the chimney through, and then
I love that shit.
when they fall through the chimney, they fall through the front door
Yep.
of the.
And they like scoot out.
yeah, and it was like, dude, it was just fun because you could battle in the building and then throw them in and boom.
Because I feel like toys aren't that anymore.
No, they're not. They're just.
Because I know when I have
They're
kids,
literally just, dude. I remember walking down like the Target toy line. Mm-hmm. So much Fortnite shit.
What do you think I got? The cars.
Yeah, but like
The cars are sick. Yeah.
that's Fast and Furious related. But like, and they're fun. But like, what's a Fortnite related toy?
I mean, if they're still action figures, that's something. But also, I feel like
But
if
also
you
that-
have access to Fortnite,
You can customize your character.
you're also not playing with toys anymore.
Exactly. So
'Cause,
it's
like,
but also a bunch of kids play with Fortnite.
Well,
you
because
know?
also something that's throwing me off recently is the idea like when you and I had video games and toys, our video game was a 64 and our toys were cool, were technically like looked better than that.
And we would play. We'd play video games and then be like, let's play toys.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, oh, I want to play video games all the
Well,
time.
because video games weren't better than toys back then, but now they are.
Yeah, now especially if you have like a PS5 or like
Yeah, why would you play
because
with
it's like,
action?
dude, this is like this is cinematic.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because the games are so gorgeous.
And then you
now.
get a toy that goes, I can't move his elbows.
Yeah.
Like kids don't have an imagination anymore because they have these real life
I bet that's
stories
a
in
big
front
part
of
of
it.
it.
They don't have real life
Well,
stories.
also
in
like
front of them.
fucking thank God I have a cell phone when I was a kid. Like where like I can like watch a TikToks for a few hours now. Where as a kid, why wouldn't you?
Instead of playing with action figures.
Like why have like I mean, I don't want to say original thoughts when you can just develop others, but like still that feels like it.
No, I mean it's
We had
this
YouTube-
episode's taking a dark turn.
We had YouTube as a kid though.
I know, but this episode's taking a dark turn of like
Comparing.
technology and like the era we're in is not good. Obviously, it's awesome.
It's also great.
It's also great because of convenience and like awesomeness, but like and just being able to have it and like all this shit. But like, I just don't think it's healthy, and I just don't think
'Cause is
being
it-
able to anytime you're bored, or anytime you don't know what to do, or anytime you're depressed,
you can not be
literally,
bored.
You can literally pull up TikTok and watch it for 3 hours
No problem. Yeah.
and just lay there. And then when you get done doing it, feel worse.
In a way.
Esque.
Well, because also just
It's just
suddenly
like-
oh, the sun's gone. Because that's something you and I are doing now. And I know Izzy's doing now. And her and I have talked about the idea of when we have kids, like, when do we have to get them a smartphone?
Yeah, that's a weird thing
Because I
because
want to put that off as long as
I
possible.
think you have to, but then at a certain point, people go, everyone in my class has one.
Yeah. Because
You know
I didn't
what?
get a smartphone till freshman year.
I didn't get one till junior high, maybe, but it was
Yeah.
like a super limited 4-button one.
Right. Yeah. Not a smartphone.
No, and then I had just an iPod Touch. That was basically a smartphone that
I would
couldn't call.
rather give kids that.
They don't even make those anymore.
I know.
And those were fucking sweet because you could basically do everything. And I could download apps to message people, but it wasn't a phone plan. So it was way cheaper. You just buy it once. You know what I mean?
That is
Because
interesting.
it was just over Wi-Fi.
Since like technically you and Izzy are who I talk to the most. You and her both talk to me over Snapchat.
Yeah, that is
The
weird.
only people who text me are like
And you go, why is my phone?
my job or my family.
Where's
So I'm
my
always like thrown off by it.
It is weird. We've always chatted over Snapchat.
Yep. You and I never text.
Probably because you have an Android.
Yeah, that's actually probably part of it.
Because people that have, I think I text Izzy.
Do you? You don't Snapchat her?
It just depends on the mood I'm in, I guess.
Weird.
But with iPhones, it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
Just because you have that, it's blue instead of green.
iMessage, yeah.
Because they're way better.
All right, back to Christmas.
Back to Christmas. Where are we at?
So you and I both just shared like favorite holiday presents.
Yeah.
Where I do have a video of my Christmas 19 years ago,
What year was it?
2003.
So this is post Spider-Man action figure.
Yes.
So think
By
about this mindset.
5 years. Jesus.
I think about this mindset that you're in right now.
so. I'm 8, right?
Damn.
93. Yeah, because I was born in 95, so I'm 8.
Yeah.
Or so 2003, I'm 8. So what happened is this is the first year we lived in West Des Moines. We had just gotten the house
Oh hell yeah! The house.
that my parents live in, that you've been in. Yeah. I'm 8, which is what, second grade?
We've talked about this a lot on the pod.
I know. I never know.
Let's say second grade.
Maybe first grade since I was held back. Well, it's also December, so it's the middle of the year. So I don't know.
But it's the end of the year.
Right, but middle of the school year.
Isn't that weird?
Yes. First or second grade. And I vaguely remember, so the setup of the story is how I always pictured it is my dad was going to Iraq, and we knew that. He's fighting in,
Let's set
Operation-
let's set up a depressing story.
yeah. And we were a full family, just moved in this house.
But you knew he was leaving.
Yeah, I don't know
Damn.
what time we found out he was leaving, but this was pretty deep
So
into it.
I wonder if your parents knew he was moving before you moved officially. You know what I mean?
I don't think
wonder
so.
Okay, so they moved and then they were like, "Oh fuck."
I think that's what happened. Is because we lived in like these really rough apartments, and then we got a house. Because you
It's
got
in a good neighborhood.
because yeah, right, your neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's so weird that you lived there first. All right, but and then we found out that
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I moved in first grade.
yeah, and I moved in
grade?
second grade. Second grade. So this was second grade. This was the first year in the house. Anyways,
Okay.
so yeah, we knew he was going to Iraq, and so a news team reached out to us for Christmas to do a news story on us.
Hell yeah, I like Christmas and soldiers.
Of like, yeah, the way I pictured them setting this up is like during these holidays, some families aren't so merry, or like some like bullshit.
I mean, that sounds like it because you're losing your dad.
Yeah, because that was like the premise of this news story is like, while you guys are having a holly jolly time, others aren't, and here they are.
And here's the war in Iraq.
yes. So
we got him.
So my biggest memory of this is that we knew they were coming on Christmas Day. So like December 25th, they were coming.
The news team.
Yes.
They came on Christmas.
Yes.
because they
So-
wanted to make you guys look authentic.
Yeah. So Christmas Eve, my family does the tradition of you open one present on
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. And so when we did this, they were like, why don't you open another we opened like probably like 4 presents
Because
on
your
Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
day is going to be filled.
So what I later realized they did is they had me open all my weird presents. Because
Okay.
at this age, I was really into action figures, but I had dipped into Spawn action figures. Do you know what Spawn is?
Isn't he a comic book?
He is a comic book character
Yeah.
where he is like very demonic and all that. And like,
Can he like morph?
yeah. And like, it's like very dark. He has like guns and like gory blades and shit, and all of his characters are like really fucked up.
They made action figures of Spawn.
Yeah, McFarlane Toys made action figures of Spawn. And the thing is, they weren't normal action figures. They were more like display pieces, but I used them as action figures.
Yeah.
'Cause they had
movable parts.
no, they had like elbow joints and all that shit. But also I remember that their weapons were legitimately sharp. So like if they had like an axe, it could cut you.
Oh my god.
And like when you looked at them, they were like gory. There was like maggots in their mouth, and like
holy
their tongue
shit.
was
So they were like legit.
Yes. And like I remember one was riding a horse, and if you
That's
look
fucking really cool though.
like one was riding a horse, and the horse was like fucking big, like probably like a foot and a half long, and like the horse like had a dick because it was like a display piece.
Holy
like,
shit.
So like they were like really like dark. Like I as a 8-year-old,
those are like legit set pieces.
yeah, like. But I used them as just action figures, so they're fucking cool. So maybe this is when I started dipping into like weird shit. I'll show you like pictures
Holy
of the
shit.
toys and stuff like that.
And that's some of those toys he threw away.
I know.
Was it really?
Some of them, yeah, and they were
Fuck.
probably expensive, like not expensive,
'cause
expensive, but
those
like
are legit set pieces.
like they were probably like $20 a toy. Fuck. No, like I am so mad at myself for throwing away all that shit. It's fucking wild. But yeah, so
that's a crazy gift.
So I remember them having me open like those. They were like, "Why don't you open that one?" Like they did like that. So like,
And you were like, oh my god.
no. So I'll show you the news story, and the only present they showed me opening the news story is like 2 books.
So they had you open
books,
up
books I literally never read.
because they were doing it for the news story.
Yeah. Well, like also like it was nice of them to buy me books. I wanted to be into reading. I
I mean,
just
at
wasn't.
that age you have to be.
Right, you got to get kids into something. Yeah, I don't even
But
know.
then it's like, let's give him a horse with a penis. Which is fucking awesome.
Dude, the fucking guy riding that thing was so cool though. I remember him because he was also like set up like he was riding a horse. So it was like he was like
do
leaning
you know
forward.
who was writing him?
No, I don't know the name. I don't know if like all of them were like in comics or if they were like actually just like
Made up or
yeah. Because I know it's McFarlane Toys who does it, and they also do other weird shit because every toy came with like a booklet of other toys.
That's
And
really cool.
So they did Spawn toys, and they also did like things that were fuck, I cannot remember what they were called. They were like something Grimm, like it was like Brothers Grimm story,
Oh shit. Okay.
but they would do like the dark
The
twist
twisted
of them.
version of it.
Yeah, so it was all super dark or sexual, where like it would be like a girl with giant tits and her nipples are just barely covered, and then also they somehow threw like Hansel and Gretel in there.
I mean,
And,
that's part of the Brothers Grimm, I think.
yeah, like it's weird shit, and like that would be in like the booklet I had for
And
my
you were like,
action figures.
Mama, I want that.
No, I never got any of those, but I remember those always being a part of the toys. So
yeah,
like,
those were legit. Those weren't action figures. Those were legit.
Display.
Like when you go to like JC and Hobby now, like those were legit. Those.
because I fucking hate those.
And I'm sure they're worth so much money now.
Because do you know what those Marvel display things are called? They're fucking called Sideshow. So I always
Are they really?
So I always look up Sideshow
I hate
collectibles, and like like Marvel displays would come up, and that always pissed me off.
I don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can show you some of the video, and then we can
Yeah,
like
let's
cut it,
freaking-
do it.
And for them, it's a Christmas they won't forget. Then you don't have to be reading Haley's book. This year, Christmas is extra special for the White family.
It's first Christmas in the house.
The new house,
It's your turn.
and something else.
It's the last one for Dad for a while, so it means a lot for everybody here.
Photo album.
Dad is Staff Sergeant Danny White. His National Guard unit is shipping out next week.
It is a lot different this time of the week. I guess we're civilians now.
Danny used to be a full-time soldier in Marines and then the Army.
And when I was a pre-ranger instructor.
And even though he's been overseas before, this time leaving feels different.
It's been a little hard.
Because his kids are growing up.
Audrey.
Now there are soccer games and wrestling. Last time, Ashlyn, Haley, and Jacob don't really remember Dad being gone. Now, it sinks in.
I was really sad the first day,
But being old enough to remember also means you're old enough to understand.
I know why he's going, and he needs to go because other families need to come home.
Haley knows other kids miss their moms and dads,
And they haven't had their Christmases.
so it's easier to let him go.
It's just Dad's turn.
So we just showed Robert the clip of my Christmas 19 years ago.
That's fucking insane. It is.
Depressing.
It's depressing. also crazy seeing you like as a child.
Yeah, because I was 8. Wait, how old? Yeah, 8.
Yeah, and then also like
I
I'm
have
like,
hair.
you look a lot like your dad.
You think so?
You're very similar now.
He's so much more like stout than
He
I am.
is,
Where I'm
he is,
still
but
very
even like that-
skinny.
But he like in that he was more skinnier. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's still a little stouter, but like
Yeah, he's
but I can definitely
he's
see the
got a
the
thicker
similar.
face than I
it's
do,
a
yeah.
similar, and then I just see young Jacob with a freaking buzz cut,
I know because he cut my hair.
and you just throw something for some reason.
No, because I open a present. I say from Madre and Padre because that's what they signed the note, and then I
You
throw it
threw
over
the
my
note.
shoulder.
You see it.
I think it's funny that they don't show any clips of my older sister, who I don't know if they interviewed her, and then it's all my middle sister, where she's
So depressed.
well, because there's one point where they're like, they don't show their questions. They're just like talking over it. And then they cut to her and she's like, yeah, I was really sad the first day. It was just like, Jesus Christ. And I know, because we've talked about this too, that there's a clip of her during that interview that they cut where she's like, I'm gonna really miss getting my dad his beers. Because that was her job, where that was like fun if my dad ever wanted a beer. She went and got it.
Haley.
Yeah, no, and she was the only one who, like, that was her thing, and she would open it. Because I remember she would open the bottle and leave the cap on it, and then hand him it, and then he would bend the cap in half. Where, if you've ever noticed, that's the thing I often do, because
You bent him in half.
it was the coolest thing that he could do
That
it
is
back
fucking
then.
really cool.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about that.
But yeah, they cut that out of the, like, little news story.
Damn, they should have added that. But I get why they
That'd be wild.
they're pushing a thing and making because she's so depressed in it.
But also, I don't know if you could hear, she's very much like, I understand that he has to go so other people's dads can come home. And that is her whole theory on what war is in this clip, is that like,
it's
dads
his turn.
have to go.
It's his turn to
and
replace
then-
the other dads,
And then hopefully they come back.
which is so like
Wild.
scary because
We don't know shit about Iraq.
As a child, yeah, and you're just like,
we know
there you
nothing
go.
about what happened. Then I just remember receiving like photos of my dad during it. And, we were
and
like,
he looks
what the
and you're like, why do you look so happy?
well, no, he's because he took silly photos.
Yeah, I
in
know,
it.
which is
It's
funny.
ridiculous.
And then all of a sudden you're like,
no, because he would send.
why do
he would send that.
you got Bin Laden?
No, he didn't get Bin Laden. He did get Osama's house.
I know. And he has.
So he would
I
just-
don't know we're allowed to say that.
I don't know either, but no, like so he was one person who took down one of Osama's houses,
And it's fucking cool.
but also there's just like weird photos of him and his team dressing up and like play fighting in it. Like
Yeah, I'm
fucking-
sure he had. I'm sure it was.
you have to
Yeah,
have fun.
I'm sure it was fucking stressful and it was
Yeah.
war.
No, like, yeah,
But
he-
also you have to have fun.
right, because
Because
also
what else are you doing?
you're with a group of dudes because
You're literally stuck with them, and then it's either life or death, and then it's like,
we're here, so might
be
as well
silly.
try to because I remember
Fuck, I can't even imagine that.
I remember the next year because he was gone for I think 13 months, so he missed the next Christmas.
Yeah.
And he sent out a photo of his team sent out a Christmas card from Iraq
Yep.
of them all dressed. Somehow they each had a Santa hat and they were in like full military uniform for the desert with giant ass guns. And the caption was taking care of Santa's naughty list. And
Oh
you're
my
just like, what the
god, dude!
fuck?
I love that.
I know it's insane, but also thinking about what was actually happening.
I know,
out
and
there.
they're just like, hey, that's funny.
Yeah, like I don't. Obviously, you need gallows humor for that situation, but like, if I was 17 and my dad was gone and looking at like that kind of shit now, I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is?
dude, like-
and I can like read news stories about the war. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey, what are you doing, dude?
Like, I'm so glad I was in like second grade.
Where you kind of just were naive to the whole thing, and then he was just home, and he was fine.
Because
you
I barely remember him gone.
Yeah.
Well, your dad was gone in the same war. He was gone.
He
for
went to Qatar a lot.
Okay,
Yeah, he went over a few times, but I didn't live with him,
fair.
so
Because I remember a story when your dad came back. He did like a baseball reveal to
oh
somebody.
yeah, I remember that was when I was in high school. He did, which I wasn't invited to.
Were you not invited, or you just didn't know?
I didn't know about it,
Which means you.
which means I wasn't invited because the whole thing was like, oh, your dad's gone in the war. Let me throw the pitch. Let me pick a child that's one of your children to fake pretend to throw a pitch to, but then it's like, oh, it's your father. Wasn't invited to it.
It's wild.
I think I have the article snipped though because I was like, oh, that's cool.
I remember when my dad came back. There was a news story, and but it was during a time in class where like kids had to read a news story, and somebody chose that news story.
About your dad?
Yeah. So I wasn't allowed to make the announcement. It had to be them.
Oh my God.
It might have been Josh.
I wouldn't doubt it. Because he was like, I look up to this fella.
I think it was. Because also that
I
Josh
loves your dad.
two non-situated stories, but I remember it both were I think Josh presented that one. And then also I remember another time Josh just like walked in front of the class and he was like, "Hey everybody, I just want to make this announcement. My brother was hit by a car yesterday." I remember him getting in front of the class when Daniel got run over. He's fine, by the way.
Yeah, he's fine. I forgot about that.
But
that happened on our street.
Yeah.
I think it was a drunk driver, dude.
I think so too.
Because I think he drove away.
It was him and his older sister racing across the street. And imagine seeing your brother just get.
I don't know where I was because I was usually hanging out with everybody.
It was at the top of the street.
Oh, damn. Yeah, dude. I remember because we used to always hang out and ride our bikes, and we lived on a hill, so we would ride our bikes down the hill.
And
so
then
we'd always
you
start
could-
at the top.
But then you could peel into your cul-de-sac. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, and he got fucking.
Run now.
It's all right. He's
fine.
Josh talked about him on the episode.
Yep,
He's doing great.
he's
But I
thriving.
remember that. I was like, holy shit.
No, so that story in the newspaper article of my dad
So
coming
Josh is
home
stealing all the headlines.
are mixed for me, and I don't know why. I think it's because Josh read both.
It's because he was like, Jacob's father.
Probably.
No, but I'm glad that your dad's still here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he came back, and so Daniel.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's still here that
Yeah.
was part of those stories. Because obviously, a ton didn't make it. So Merry Christmas.
Not ending on that.
Just got very dark.
I don't remember what else we had planned for this episode. Christmas. It landed upright. It's fine.
It did land upright. It did spill a little bit. I think it was partially empty.
It's mostly empty.
But
It's
it's
just it's just like the last fill of eggnog.
My drink is empty though, so
Speaking of which, we could throw in our little eggnog clip in this too again.
you want to throw that in again?
Yeah, let's throw it in right here.
Oh gosh, that was gross. Oh
God.
Oh,
It's cold. It's so cold.
I think these eggnog things
Hit
hit me
decently
hard. Because, yep, they hit
right.
a little hard.
So I think we'll end it here.
Highly recommend eggnog vodka.
Yeah, it's great, especially pumpkin eggnog. Who fucking knew?
And it's even if you're a fan of coffee, the cold brew one is really good.
I liked it too. I just can't drink it a lot.
Yeah, the pumpkin one was really good.
We will also post a separate clip of us playing with our gifts.
Yeah, what you're gonna play with after this
Yep.
because they are so
Fucking
fun. Dude.
Awesome. Yeah, highly recommend.
But only get the good cars.
Yeah, remote control cars are just always the best.
Dude, that's
though.
why I was like, you got me a car. And then the fact that you had one too made me so happy.
Well, no, because
you have to have two. You can't have one. It's not fun without one.
No, so when I got it at Target, I grabbed yours and then I kept walking around just looking for other stuff. And
And
then,
then in your mind, you're like,
well, no, a while after I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
why am I buying a car?
Well, no, it was more like, am I going to make Robert play with this alone? Because if you only had one, then it's a display piece.
And then, yeah, I probably would keep it in the box and just put it on a shelf.
Yeah, and then I was like, I knew that Dom's car was back there. Why? And then I was
Yeah,
like,
what am I doing?
Yeah, because I texted Izzy. I'm like, I really want to buy Dom's car. And she's like, do it. I'm like, right.
Yeah, really?
Why
Why
wouldn't
am
I?
I thinking about it?
Yeah, like, fucking, they're great. Because also, I don't have any remote control toys in here.
Now you do. And dude, I don't
You're going to have to bring that over so much.
know why, but I want to hook a camera to it.
They might be too light. We can try.
Can I tape my phone to it?
We can try.
I want to tape my phone to it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it tonight. I want to tape my phone to the hood of my car and just drive around and see what happens.
To the hood, so it's like sticking straight
I
up.
don't know how to get the right angle for it, but I just want to tape a camera to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not work really well, but we'll try. Either way, we'll post a video on our YouTube at Moist Monday Podcast.
The fin might, if I tuck it under the tailwind, so the camera sees the front of the car, and then so it's basically the driving mode.
Maybe.
I think that would look really cool.
That might. We'll try.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna start making short films based with our.
We'll make our fan films.
It'd be so funny to start off a short film where it's like real life engine noises with that shot, and then it just cuts to us getting out of a real car,
But like we still like drive under a table.
and it looks like that car. I think it's like, and then we just get out of a parked car.
Normal car. Obviously
Oh,
not
what
that.
what a good ride!
Oh, I'm fast and furious. Good Lord. Speaking of which, check out our
Yeah, let's plug our other series that no one else listens
That just ended.
It's coming back. Yeah, check out our Fast and Furious spin-off series that just finished. We watched Fast 9.
Two's moist, two's Monday.
And every time I talk about that we reviewed Fast 9, a 7 out of 10, people get mad. And it's so funny to me because I keep bringing it up to people because it
Yeah, no, people
Makes
don't
me-
like that one, but we did.
we did. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you freaking follow us on Instagram.
At Moist Monday Podcast.
Follow us on TikTok at Moist Monday Podcast.
Yep.
Send us an email.
At moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Damn. See how easy we made it for you
Moist Monday Podcast.
to do everything. Moist Monday Podcast.
Give
Just
us
remember that.
5 stars on everything at Moist
Yeah.
Monday Podcast.
I don't know if we've addressed this. We now have 11 5-star ratings on Spotify. So it wasn't a glitch when we hit 10.
Oh.
Because remember, we hit 10 and didn't grow at all. And then we all of a sudden got 1.
I think that one was me taking her phone and giving us 5 stars.
The fact that we even have 5, we should have like 4.8 or someone should have rated us.
4.8? You think that's what we're...
No, but like,
We should have 2.
no, but the fact that some of us have, given it 5 stars, there should have been someone that has given us a shitty
One, you'd
rating
think
to
by
count.
now. But
no,
don't
we have a
be
perfect,
that
we
person.
have a perfect score.
Let us be happy about this and please enjoy. If you're this far in,
Yeah, if you're listening to a Christmas special,
at 2-hour mark, give us 5 stars.
yeah, come on. Send us an email. We haven't got an email in a while. I know we have gotten emails we've gotten emails like a couple months ago. We never responded.
It's probably been like over a month. And we're sorry for not responding.
We're sorry. We've addressed it before, but
We've read them and we love them,
But-
we're dumb. And Elysia fucking sucks.
yeah, blame our producer and blame
That's what we do for everything.
she sucks. So what can you do? But you know what you can do is listen to us weekly and rate us 5 stars.
And keep it moist out there.
And have a very moist holiday season, very moist Christmas,
Yes.
very moist New Year, and let's fucking hit 2023.
Hey, moist Hanukkah.
Yeah.
All 8 days. Moist.
Yep. Let's always forget moist is associated with fucking gross shit.
I've had people like whisper it in my ear to try and like gross me out. I'm like, you don't understand.
If anything, I just get turned on, baby.
Yep.
Fucking bring it to me, baby.
I was born in it.
Play that you can sexty and see what happens to me.
All right.
But we really appreciate you listening.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, everybody.
We love you. Thank you for doing this with us.
Yeah, I think nope. This might be the last of the year. So we'll see you in 2023.
Should be
I think the next episode will come out Jan
the
2.
second. Yep.
Yep.
Right.
So see you guys in
Happy
2023.
New Year, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.
Dry bones, lazy bones.
All right. Well, we are back with Izzys Insights.
Yeah, you thought the podcast was over.
Hi.
And it's not.
Joke's on you.
We're actually back with more bullshit content. This time
With a cat.
No, he's so unhappy. Charlie.
So there might be jingles throughout this, but it is the Christmas special.
Yeah, it sure is.
So we're here with. Why is this so? Mic is so hot. So we're here with celebrity guest
Izzy.
Hello.
For Izzy's Insights.
Izzys Insights. What's your insights today?
You told
With
me
no-
there would be questions.
Yeah, with no context.
All right. So I'm curious because I'm trying to think of what we've talked about today.
Christmas.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh,
Elf.
easy
Okay.
answer.
Yep,
Easy.
that's a good one. And like, it's the right answer
It's already-
also.
yeah, it's like you
I
know,
like the I don't have a lot of belly laugh movies,
Okay.
but when he does the Santa, when he finds out that he's coming to the department store
Mm-hmm.
and he yells Santa, that makes me laugh every single time I see it.
really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really stupid, but it's really funny to me.
What are your thoughts on Zoe Deschanel?
I'm pretty sure she's a bitch in real life.
But I'm in the movie Elf because that's what we're
I
talking about.
hate her in New Girl.
No, we're talking about Elf.
Elf.
Oh, she's fine.
She's blonde.
Okay.
It is weird.
She's
is
a
weird.
quirky girl. I
that's
feel
her
like
gimmick.
she plays the same character.
I feel like she doesn't in Elf,
God,
though.
I feel like I hate on women a lot in this podcast, but we've talked about it before. We're
Our
like,
fans might love it.
no, it's not. Women just aren't written well a lot of the time.
So she's like, women just aren't good.
Shut up.
She
Let's get
almost
rid
said-
of them.
Shut up.
If she I mean, you can say whatever you want.
No, I
This
think
is your segment.
she's a very two-dimensional character in the movie. She doesn't really add much. She just
That's fair.
becomes
And she doesn't believe in Santa.
elf housewife.
The romance is weird.
Yeah, like why are you all of a sudden into this?
Well, because it's more
Elf.
interesting to see him into someone else than to see a romance between.
Yeah.
Like, it's more funny to
There-
see how he would try to court somebody than
The-
actively court someone.
Here's the thing: the family makes total sense, and he's quirky and funny with the family, and it works. But with the romance, it just seems like very strained, and like why? Because he's always
Because it's
been
the
like
holiday-
a childish
but it's
Yeah,
character.
no, the fact of how childlike it is. I mean,
and then it's all of
But
a
it's the
sudden like,
hol-
oh, I'm like really attracted to this person. Like that just like kind of icks me.
yeah.
It's the holidays. You got to add love to it.
Speaking
No.
of which, I've been getting a lot of ads for a new like not HGTV, but one of those like the people who do like hoarders and stuff. And
For
it's
a
about
love one?
what
For something love related?
TLC or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a girl. I think she's like in her mid-20s, but she like looks like a child, and it's her trying to date, and it's
Oh.
fucking weird. Have you seen her?
That show's already been out, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been out for a while. I see TikToks all the time about it. It's
Yeah.
not- yeah. She
But, like
looks
where
like
she looks like she's 12,
yeah,
and that like
but she's
makes
like
me.
she's like 31, and she's like, yeah, it's hard to go to the bars because they ID me all the time, but I never get hit on because
Well, because also
I'm this tall.
any guy who hits on you got to think is just horrible person.
Yeah, so like, what do you do?
Yeah,
Buy
well, no,
stilts?
like her saying like elf made me think of that where he like acts like a child, but where this person looks like a child and is trying to date.
But you brought in real life, dude.
I know.
And that's too far.
What?
We're not. We're not allowed to.
That's too far.
And that's too far. We're not. It's Christmas. Everything is festive.
Yeah. All right, Isabel, what was it like finding out about Santa and how? Because you are middle child, where I'm youngest, he's oldest.
She's middle. That makes a lot of sense.
I always forget you're middle.
It does.
'Cause I always think of you as older or younger.
And it will with this story. It's really sad. Keep in mind, I'm not good at telling stories. We were in a
You have such a
department store.
grin on your face right now.
Because it's so sad. I
don't
found out about Santa being fake in the worst way possible. I was shopping with my mom, and she was on a phone call with my dad.
How old were you?
Probably like 8 or 9.
Ooh,
And
really
we
young.
were just like,
Kindergarten, dude.
right.
we were shopping, and my mom had gotten in like an argument with my dad of some sort, like over the phone, and she said something along the lines of like, well, we have to be a good Santa this year. And I heard, and I was like,
Through an argument.
hey mom. She was like, shut up. And I was like, no, is Santa not real? And she looked at me and she was like, shit. Like, I don't know. It's fine, but like I remember like it was like a core memory of like
I bet.
being in a department store and just like wandering
not
away and
even
being
fun.
like, is my life alive? But like my friend Lauren, she had a friend who was like, her parents were very religious growing up. They knew about like, she was taught like the Easter Bunny and like Santa Claus and like the Tooth Fairy. So like when she found out that all of those things were fake, she was also like, oh, so like Jesus is fake, right? And her parents were like, no,
Just mixed it
no,
in
like
with the
that one's
bunch.
real.
Atta
And she
girl.
was like, no, you can't convince me this
Oh, I
time.
love that.
Isn't that so funny?
Who did that?
One of just like Lauren's dance friends.
Oh, just a
I was
friend
like,
of
that
mine,
is
okay.
the funniest, because like, why not?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just keep going? Because also, all the mythical things are with religious holidays. That's weird.
That is really weird.
Except for like losing your tooth,
Yeah, the Tooth Fairy. I like the
That's
like
weird.
representations
where
of
it's like
it.
made of teeth.
That's
That's, like,
also like one
spooky,
of my
though.
favorite memories of my mom though. I was like probably 13 and I was like, I know the Tooth Fairy isn't real, but like how, I guess maybe not 13.
Probably
How-
14.
Yeah, you weren't losing teeth at that point.
Yeah, I was like the last
She got punched in the mouth.
reasonable age to lose a tooth. I put one under my pillow, and my mom came in and she went flutter, 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 and
You were
she,
awake?
Your mom made a character?
Yeah, and she handed me like a $2 bill, and then she went flutter, flutter,
Oh,
flutter.
you were awake.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
and-
fully awake.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, like no, I was like on my phone, and she came in and did
Oh,
that.
okay. I like
and
that.
like fluttered out of the room, and
And
I
she
was like,
gave you
"That's
a-
really
and she
funny.
gave you a
I appreciate
$2
that."
bill.
I always got Sacagaweas, and that confused me about who the Tooth Fairy was. Because why would
That's
they?
valid.
Why would they only have access to Sacagaweas? What kind of market are they in? That like really confused me as a kid.
Where are your parents getting that at?
I don't know.
Probably from Iraq. No, I'm just kidding.
Sacagawea is
Maybe.
the most American money.
I know. I was just,
It's the only money named after a native.
It's a callback to when your dad was in the war.
I know.
Remember that was in your past?
I do. Isabel, favorite Halloween or Christmas present. Sorry.
Favorite Halloween
Oreo.
present?
All right, next.
Well, you got a cat for Christmas?
Yeah, 5th grade. Oreo was my
That's
5th grade.
this still cat?
Yeah, that's that one.
That's this still cat?
That's that one.
that this still cat.
That's this still cat.
Damn, that's
Yeah, no, for real, without a doubt, that was my favorite
So, like,
Christmas
What
present.
about like a toy?
so like he's old.
He's
No, he's
11,
12.
12.
Yeah,
I forgot
he turned
you're
12 in
Fifth
August.
grade. Yeah.
I forgot she's a baby.
So I'm 23. Bitch.
I forgot that today.
No, he was like, you're 22, and I was like, no. He was like 21, and I was like, why would you go younger?
Why would you go younger?
It didn't sound right, but I remember her turning 21. I don't really remember her turning 23. It was recent.
But like, that's the only birthday we've spent
I
together.
know. I don't remember the age, but I was like, that wouldn't be 21. She's been
That
working
was
at
a
a bar.
good birthday.
Yeah.
I have your picture hanging up in my desk.
Yeah, she got a new desk.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a new desk. I got a
Don't
promotion.
remember doing
kind
it.
of.
I
To
bet.
be honest.
All right.
That was a good picture.
What's another good like Christmas present that you got though? Like I
Damn, you got an N64?
what?
I'm just kidding. What'd you get for Christmas?
Should have been too young or too old.
Oh, PS3 probably for sure.
The witch kit was really cool. I like this necklace a lot. I've been wearing it every day probably since.
I think women are a lot different than men.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
No,
that?
because we
My favorite was a Spider-Man action figure that I got when I was 4.
I don't have memories of my childhood.
That's fair.
yeah, but
So
I don't think girls got toys.
That's true. Yeah. Do you like?
Did
no,
you ever get
I got like clothes.
I had clothes too.
so does that
But
like,
like,
but does it like that like sucks though?
what did I get as a kid?
I just got a fucking race car an hour ago.
I know.
It's fucking awesome.
Insert footage that I took.
Yeah.
That's already been in the pod at this point.
No,
Which is lit.
I mean like
a
Polly
4-hour podcast.
Pockets were cool.
Okay.
I played those with my sister. They were fine.
Yeah. They weren't
I
like
don't-
Legos though.
I don't know, like aside from like things that like boyfriends have gotten me,
Okay. So
I
you don't
can't-
remember a lot of like core
I
Oh,
can't
you're
remember
thinking-
like something that
So
like
when
my
I see
parents got
toy,
me.
I mean like children's toy. I don't mean like sexual toy.
That's not what I was talking about.
I was
You
trying to
dumb
make-
fuck.
I was trying to make a joke.
She was having none of it.
You know,
Anyways.
she instantly shut it down. That's why Jacob would laugh more.
I don't think you've ever.
There it is.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it.
What? I've
No.
not gotten you a sex toy for
I know you
Christmas.
haven't.
You saved that for Valentine's Day?
No, we did this podcast on Valentine's Day.
So she got nothing.
That's when we started it.
Nothing but your drunk thoughts.
Heavy Moist Monday. 2 ways in one.
Ugh. God.
What does that mean?
You're talking about Valentine's Day.
Give me your sex today.
Boys keep trying.
Your sex today.
No, Jacob's a virgin. Did you not know that? We're saving ourselves for marriage.
Doubt it.
Bet?
Bet.
Yeah, take that bet.
I've seen it.
You've heard it.
You've seen it?
You haven't seen it.
You've seen it?
No, I've seen footage.
No, you
No, I
haven't.
just Izzy's like freaking out. No, I just haven't. I have
You've heard it though.
I've heard it.
You've heard it?
Where?
We live together.
Not me, though.
Oh.
No, and I haven't heard Izzy.
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
What? Oh, Jesus.
I guess. Now.
All right, I've heard stories.
What is that?
Not even from me.
What?
Yeah. Charlie talks a lot, dude.
Oh, did we have any other Christmas questions?
I don't know.
He needs to be part of it for at least a little bit if he's going to suffer.
If he's gonna wear the collar.
Yeah.
What's your name?
And I think that was Izzys Insights.
Yeah, that was. She's very insightful tonight.
Shut up.
You shared some stories. It was good.
Thanks. I just
And that-
feel bad that he's so tortured.
You
He
did this to
doesn't
him.
even want to be here.
That's how we all feel.
All right.
And it's been the
Oh.
Moist Monday podcast.
I imagine we'll cut to now us reading all the stuff. So, pew.
I was gonna have this be after, but
Oh, okay. Well, pew.
we'll figure it out. Phew.
Hey, who's the guy who doesn't know how to do finger guns?
Yeah, what's his character? How does he go?
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
Is that going to be our intro for our
I
Christmas?
think so. This middle conversation about movies.
Yeah.